that was wood up. Hello, 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 hello. Hello, 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 hello. Hello. What up, everybody? Welcome back to Sorcery, dude. Um, Hold on one second. One second. Give me 1 second. All right. What up, everybody? Welcome back to Sorcery, dude. Um, so we went from. Oh, that's how you do it. We went from North Passage to Cantopani Gate all the way to Kare, Torapani. We saved the Sven girl, and last thing we did, we saved the Sven girl, and we got gold, and we got all our stamina back, and we still have 2 rations. But they said that in this next chapter, it wasn't going to be so forgiving. So hopefully we can make it through all right. But again, like I said, I say this the beginning of every stream. If you are encountering any audio weirdness like echoing or anything like that, please let me know and I will do my best to fix it. So yeah, let's go ahead and go if we can. And I also did mute the can I go? Kare key. All right then. Oh, that's not what I want to do. Hold on. Hold 1 second. I don't want to reset it to prologue. Didn't mean to do that. Took a picture. Um, are you sure you wish to restart the game from the beginning? No, I don't want to do that. Why can I not just... Sorry, a little bit of technical difficulties here. We will be there as soon as we can. Well, let's go back to Torapani then. You are given play. Okay, the night is glorious. Yes, yes, yes. The night is glorious. Time to go. Walk on. Continue. Yes, Takare. All right. We just had to do that, I guess. We already read all this. If you would like to read it on your own, go ahead. I won't stop you. The adventure continues in Sorcery 2, Kare City Port of Traps, which I already have, so let's do it. All right. Um, for those of you who are like that, I'm not going to read all this. I read it last time. If you would like to read it, go ahead, be my guest. Um, but I muted it because in the last stream, after the stream ended, I got a notification. It was like, your video has been copyrighted, and that's okay. It happens every once in a while. But for this one, it was interesting because it actually has gotten taken down in a territory, in a place, because of the song that was copyrighted. So I don't want that to happen again. So that's why it is muted. There's not much audio in this game, thankfully, besides the music and the occasional like crow or roar here and there, or laugh, or village chatter. So we're gonna keep it muted, but I'm gonna try to make it. Uh, I'm gonna try to make it. I mean, obviously, I'm gonna try to make it entertaining, but I'm gonna make it as okay as possible, as good as possible. So let's continue. I'll keep it here if you wish to read it. Like I said, I'm not reading it again because we read it in the last stream, but I'll keep it here for a bit. All right, let's move on. Same here. Picking the decision I picked the last stream. Traps make it out alive. All right, let's do it. Inkle presents Steve Jackson's Sorcery. Part 2, Kare, City Port of Traps. Let's do it. Maybe I'll edit, whoops. Maybe I'll make like a legit like playthrough, not just streaming it, and edit some sounds and some music in. Twilight already. The great city of Kare has loomed large on the horizon all day, but has been slow to reach the path, tracing great loops back and forth through a deep and narrow pass. It's a pretty good drawing. Walk on. You have not seen a living soul since you left the Sven, so you're naturally cautious when you round a bend in the path and see a beggar crouched low against a rock, muttering to himself. Let's go to the beggar. You stop, you out of sight behind the outcrop, but the beggar does not look like much of a threat. Wait and watch. You watch in silence. The beggar is an unfortunate soul. His head twitches from one side to the other every few minutes, and he mutters and murmurs to himself, "They're hiding in the rocks, sir. Hiding in the rocks." Uh, Try to slip past. There's no way to go around him in the narrow pass, but you determine to keep your head low and move quickly. He does not notice you until your shadow crosses his face. Then he leaps to his feet, drawing a short stick from inside his cloak. Who goes there? He demands. What's your business in Kare? Uh, Greetings. Greetings, old man. Enough of your greetings, the beggar spits back. I asked you a question. Who are you and where are you headed? Uh, I'm a traveler. The man pokes his stick at you. A traveler. Traveling where? The backlands. He looks quite surprised. And what is in the backlands? He prods harder. Answer me, or you'll face the consequences. Who are you, dude? Are you certain? Are you certain? You are certainly brave. The man beams with aging pride. I am the city guard. No one enters Kare except through me. And then, despite his age and clear ill health, he comes at you waving his stick. I won't fight you, old man. You tell him. You are unarmed. He waves the stick close to your face, jabbing it a few times, but you push the point aside with one hand. All right then, he declares. We'll settle this fairly. He tosses the stick to one side and raises his fist. The knuckles are blackened with scabs. I still won't fight you, dude. I still won't fight you, you reply. I mean it. The beggar makes a short braying noise like a laugh and then lamps you on the nose. It is surprisingly painful and he is readying for another swing. Hit him back. Fine, I guess I'll fight you then. Get the hell away from me, old man. The beggar is not a powerful opponent. You should be able to easily overpower him. So you begin with a heavy punch, giving it everything you have. A heavy hit is more likely A heavy hit is more likely win the round, but will leave you undefended and weaker next turn. The beggar swings at you wildly in return. He puts his guard up. A strong attack would be wasteful now. A light jab will do as much damage. Okay, this is like another tutorial. We'll do 4.5, I guess. You hold your weight back a little and swing with a medium hit, overpowering the beggar again, who is defending. You could have played a lower attack and saved more power for the next turn. Your opponent's stamina is at the top. Okay, so I'm going to defend, and then one last big attack. Hiya! Nice. You tense your biceps, then swing with a strong arm, overpowering the beggar. The beggar pants and groans and then collapses into the dirt. That'll teach him. You roll your sleeves back down. All right then, he murmurs into the ground, weakly waving a hand. You can pass. Walk on. Take care of yourself, you reply, and walk on. The path winds through gorse and thick grass. Kare squats in a basin in the hills like a stagnant, festering pool. You turn one corner, then another, and then the stone walls of the city are looming over you. All right, so our first fight was a beggar, huh? The what did he call himself? The guard. Before the entrance is a wide open area that will take a few minutes to cross. You could scramble up the slope to the right to get a better view of the wall. All right, climb up the slope then. You scramble up the slope for a better view of the wall. It is formed of staggering man-sized stone blocks held together with gallons and gallons of mud and loam dredged from the base of the river. It curves away in both directions, unbroken except for the gate. Then you see something that stops you in your tracks. There is a guard posted at the battlement above the gate, watching the clearing. Hold on, my eyes are watering. 1 second. Oh, shit. Oh, son of a bitch. Ah. Oh, son of a bitch, man. All right. Sorry about that. Eyes had another eye-watering attack. Shows okay. Gate. You see something? Okay. Watch the archer. Look into the yard. Watch the archer. You keep watching. The guard above the gate looks this way and that, but doesn't shift from his position. Go down the pass. There's nothing else for it. You put up a hand and call out. The archer lifts a hand to shield his eyes against the sun. Who goes there? He bellows. Friend or foe? Friend. Friend, you cry. Oh, is that so? The archer shouts back. Then what's the watchword? Ah, shit. The guard sees your hesitation at the question, cocks an arrow, and waits to see what you will do. Cast a spell. Good thing Jan's not with us. Uh, shit, I forgot what spells I can cast. Well, we could cast Fop or Foff, keeping all out all intruders. The resulting force field is okay. So we could cast Foff, Law. No, not Law. We could cast Dumb. That would be kind of funny. Nah, I feel like that one's too risky. Either Foff, Locked Door. No, not. Cost. We could cast 6 if we're able to. So far, I feel like Foff is the best one to do. Dawes, this creature reducing its movement and react. No, not Dud either. Mag. This spell protects its caster from most magic. No, not that one. Dumb. What does Dumb do? A good defensive spell. This can be cast at any attacking creature to muddle its mind. However, it might be handled with caution. It must be handled with caution, as a deranged creature may act unpredictably. Is that dim or dumb? I think it's dim. The effect of the spell, which is only useful in combat. Oh, okay. Well, we're not in combat. Zed. This is most formidable spell in lore, but no one knows why. In all recorded history, the spell has been cast only once by a powerful necromancer from Throbbin. Throbbin what? Who was never seen again. Its effects are unknown. Necromancer. Okay, so either dim or Foff. Let's cast a spell. See if we can cast dim. Oh, there's a D. Nope. All right then. Foff it is. Cast. You cast a spell, forming a supple force field around your body. Then you stride confidently out across the scrubland. An arrow whizzes past you to your left. One thuds into the mud just ahead of you, and then a third comes straight for your heart, only to bounce harmlessly off your force field. Keep walking. You you close the remaining few strides until you are in cover against the wall. From overhead, the guard is cursing loudly. You have only moments, most likely before he comes down from the battlement and warns his fellows. That's all right. Go for it. I'll fight all of them. The south gate stands before you. It is as tall as 2 men and would be broad enough to ride 3 horses through, if only it were open. But instead, it is locked, and there is no other way into the city. Luckily, of course, you have a key. Okay, unlock the gate with the Sven Chief's key. You quickly remove the Sven Chief's key from your pack and slip it into the lock. The tumblers click and as the key turns. Go inside. You ease open the door, peering cautiously inside. There's no one about. You slip through the gate and it slams shut behind you. Key still in the lock. Whoever the next ruffian to visit Kare must be. Wait, Kare may be. He will be grateful for your little gift. Probably. Go through the gate. Wow, your defenses weren't that good. Just one dude. You paused just inside. You can see, but the guard from the battlements will have told someone that he saw you, so it is only a matter of time. To your left is a low stone building with metal bars for windows. Hurry out of the yard. Try the door to the low building. To your left, there's a low stone building with metal bars. Hurry out of the yard, dude. You stride quickly away from the gate, but you are only halfway to the road when two soldiers come around the corner from the left. Strong, expert hands grab your wrist. Damn it! Your wrist. You are dragged, pulled, and forced into the low building. That sucks. I'm in prison, dude. This sucks. This blows. Sorry. The door of the stone building is slammed and the lock turns over behind you. You look around, the walls are stone and the windows are barred. A bench against one wall is the only piece of furniture where an old man sits. He is dressed in dirty robes and seems in a sorry state. Greet him. You step towards the shadowy bench. Greetings, old man. He ignores you. He is concentrated hard on something on the ground just in front of him, a collection of small stones scattered as though for a fortune telling. After a moment, he gathers them up and tosses them again. You notice that his other hand is missing completely. The left sleeve of his tunic hangs limp by his side. Ask about his arm. You point at the man's sleeve. Did the guards do that to you? The old man snickers. An ogre in the Shanker mines did it to me, no less. But I only need the one for the swindle stones. Swindle stones? You ask, intrigued. Stranger in town. Don't you... Sorry, my mouth is getting dry already, dude. Don't know how to play. Don't know how to play? Better and better. He shows you one of his stones, and it is a strange four-value die. Sit. He pats the bench beside him with his one hand. Play. We can talk a while. We can talk while I beat you. All right. You go over to the bench, intrigued. Let's do it, dude. The old man drops four dice into your palm and sweeps away a patch of dust on the bench for you to play. I'll go first, he says, waving his hand. Show you how it's done. Huh. The game is simple. We roll and bet on what's come up. So, for instance, I might start and bet that between us we've rolled at least two, but we don't know what's on the table, so I'm guessing. One, two, three. Grum. But I don't know what you got. Didn't you hear my last bid? That's a clue, at least. Unless I was trying to mislead you, of course. I think you're trying to mislead me. Were you? If you believe my bid is too high, you call and we check. Otherwise, we keep bidding higher and higher. Only three twos. The round is yours. Okay. Still not quite sure I get it, but that's all right. So, what's your name? Bid one, bid two. I'm gonna bid four. Again. Doomed. Don't you want to get out of Wait. Have you seen the room prices in Kare? No, I suppose you haven't. We're gonna do a three this time. So you like being locked up? I keep thieving, don't I? Got an itchy hand, me. And then we're gonna do two. I'll raise that five. Nah, I'm gonna call it. Yeah, I'm glad I did two. Roll dice again. Hmm. I'll start with two. Two fours. Try this. All right. Since we've been good, since we've had a two every round, we're gonna do two. Well then, three fours. I bid. We'll do 4-2, I guess. Only 1-3. The old man wins the round. Damn it. I'll do two again. Doomed. Here's a bid. I'm gonna call it. Yeah, dude. Oh wait, he wins the round. Why? Because he called two twos. I don't know how to play this fucking game. So where are you headed when you get out of here? Bid four. Gurm. The North Gate. Now, why ever would you go to the North Gate? No one goes there. The old man wins. How does he win the fucking round? Let's begin at. Well, now, a name's a powerful thing. No twos at all. The old man? How does the old man win? Man, fuck that game. It's my secret. Call the old man answers. No twos at all. The old man takes a dive from your side of the bench with satisfaction. What's the game? The old man says with a beaming smile. Or that's the game. And you lost. The old man pockets his dice one more and stretches back, cheerful at his victory. I thought you were a bit slow. I thought you were a bit slow. Thanks for the game, dude. You say, standing once more. I see I have a little still to learn. The pleasure was mine, the old man says, putting his dice back into his pocket. He leans back against the stonework and hums quietly to himself. Well, at least I didn't have to pay him anything. Try and escape. You go over the door, locked, of course, from the outside. Cast a spell, dude. I have a spell for this. If I'm able to cast it. What is it? Oh shit, wrong one. Is it DOP? I forget. How? No, not that one. This one. Yep, it's DOP. This spell may be used to open any locked door. Yeah, dude. That's what we're gonna fucking do. DOP. Master has given Dobby a DOP. You go over. You go over to the door, locked, of course. Okay. You aim the spell of opening towards the door and slowly, quietly let it go. The lock's rusted tumblers click over in response. Very good, very good, the old man chuckles. Check outside. You check outside. The yard is empty. While you have been locked up, the sun has sunk below the wall. You should be able to walk right out of here under cover of darkness. The old man is less cautious. He is up and out of the door like lightning. Well, I better get the hell out of here then. The old man is spry despite his age and is quickly far ahead of you. You seem to be forever rescuing old men, first from the tree outside Cantopani and now from prison. All right, let's get the hell out of here, man. I don't want to be here no more. Excuse me. At the end of the yard, the road splits. Looking left, you see the guards lined up in rows. Oh, it only says guard, but I think it means guards lined up in rows, running drills. Best not to head that way. To the right, the road leads toward the first buildings of Kare. You can just see the old man disappearing off. Okay, so let's go to the right then. That's the only way we can go. Night is falling. Luckily, the roadside is a small inn, which will make a perfect place to stay before you lose yourself in the winding streets of Kare. Alternatively, you could walk into the fields to right and sleep out under the stars. From somewhere nearby, you hear a low baying howl. Let's try the inn. There's a wolf around. I don't want to fucking. I mean, I'll probably be able to beat it, but I don't want to take that chance, man. A sign outside the inn proclaims it the crooked finger. Go inside, dude. You go inside and find an empty bar. The bartender snoozing at the counter. Clearly, trade is bad. Oh, wait, what? Approach the bar. The bartender wakes with a snortle as you approach. Greetings, traveler, he yawns. You'll be looking for directions to somewhere else, I suppose. We should take a room. No trouble, the innkeeper says. 7 gold pieces? You were fucking sleeping in here, bro. Man. No, I'm not. I'll just pay it. Fuck it, dude. You put 7 gold pieces down on the counter. The innkeeper nods. The stairs are over there. All right. The man shows you upstairs to a room. It seems clean enough. There are no rats on the bed, and the linen seems to have been washed at least once this month. Well, at least it's clean, I guess. What's up, Charlie? After your long day of walking, the thought of a real bed is a welcome relief. You settle down. Yeah, eat something before sleeping. Okay. You ate a quantity of your cheese and bread, then settle down to sleep. The sounds of the city drift to you on the night air. Shouts and screams, and occasional distinct howl, and the occasional distinct howl. You doze off fitfully. Your dreams, when they come, are of the wall, like a towering monster drenched in moss and slime. The gate, it's. I'm doing good, bro. I'm doing good. I uh, I got. I finished my base. I got kidnapped again. Went to the cave, explored the cave a little bit, found another way out, and I am going to go towards that big ass mountain tomorrow. Gate, its wide open maw. Meanwhile, the one armed prisoner throws the knuckles of his missing hand onto the bench over and over, calling endlessly to himself. And it is as though you can see the crown sitting in the dust on the far side of the north gate, so close and yet so out of reach. Well, time to leave this in. You feel better for your night's rest. Going downstairs, you find the bartender miserably counting coins on the bar. Need anything? He asks, hopefully. Provisions. I could take some more provisions. Oh, okay, for sure, man. Well, that's all right. It'll be up on the channel still, so if you want to watch it when you get back or whatever, that's totally up to you, my guy. Provisions? The innkeeper shakes his head. I don't have what? What do you mean you don't have any food? This is an inn. Hell yeah, bro. Try the Freyr's hut. Middle road up through the fields. He does a good stew. You thank him. Okay. We'll try the Freyr's hut then. Outside the air tastes outside the air tastes fresh. It has rained a little overnight. A little distance from here, a busy crossroad marks this. Okay. Let's go to the crossroads. Following the track for a few minutes, you reach a junction where 3 roads begin. There are the outskirts of Kare, huts huddled like beggars on either side of the track, leading uphill into the city port. Pause and look around. It must be clear to everyone around you that you are a stranger in these parts. The city's inhabitants, a multitude of malevolent creatures, really, who would kill for the laces of your boots. That sucks. Turn to watch you as they pass. You are a sport. You are sport, a figure to be jostled and robbed, and one who will most likely fall prey to the strange, elaborate systems, blah 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 blah. Can't talk. Elaborate system of traps laid across Kare, but early settlers to protect themselves from one another. Uh, Look at the paths. There are more people here than you've seen in a long time. You cast an eye across the faces, wondering if you can tell the good, honest souls from the thieves and murderers. Look left. To your left, you see a group of scruffy youngsters walking up the road with packs on their backs. Look right. To the right, the track heads toward fields. A hut stands proud a little further on. Ahead is the main road into the center of Kare. its surface rutted from cartwheels. Further in the distance, you see fields. This is the route taken by supply wagons to the docks. The business of this place is confusing, but you will have to simply strike out. The north gate awaits. Just at the moment, a cart rolls down the road from the right and careens around the corner to take the main track ahead. On its back are stacked several crates. One teeters for a moment, then falls near your feet, its lid cracking open. Wave for the driver to stop. You wait for the driver to stop, but they do not see you. The cart rattles away up the road. You notice a purple liquid leaking from inside the crate. Look at the crate. Kneeling down in the mud, you prise open the crate with your fingers. Inside is a pile of smashed bottles. Thick purple liquid swills about, littered with shards of glass. There are perhaps 4 bottles still intact, but you recognize the smell. It is Blimberry, a potion with many healing properties. Take those fucking bottles, dude. You take all the bottles, wipe them down as best you can on the grass nearby, and put them into your pack. A lucky find indeed. Blimberry juice will heal you and will also do for a meal. Dude, sick. Well, that's just dandy. Go straight, actually. Yeah, let's go straight. You stay on the main road, which rises up a slight slope to reach a small settlement of poor huts. As you pass these homes, ugly creatures gather to watch you in silence. A little further on, you come across a body lying face down in the gutter, a beggar asleep or some sort of creature in a drunken stupor. Keep going. You ignore the body in the gutter. There's almost certainly nothing you can do to help, and it can't help you with your task, whereas one of these other creatures might. Ask someone about the north gate. You stop a passing bent orc. I need to know about the north gate. The orc shakes his head quickly and scurries away. You notice he glances worriedly down at the beggar in the gutter, and as he goes, "Ah, shit." Look at the beggar. You stop to look, but see nothing unusual. Just another dead drunk face down in the gutter. Oh shit, he's actually dead? That sucks. Though you do notice one thing, a mark on the back of his neck showing the number 2, a circle around it. Roll the body over. You grip the body's arm and turn it over. As its face swings around, you jump back aghast. The body is a semi-decayed corpse with a rotting head that is half skull, half putrid flesh. And worse, an evil smile is spreading across its face. A moment later, it sprung to its feet, leaping at you. Draw my sword. What the heck? You draw your sword and inflict a quick blow. The blade lands deeper than you expect, slicing the corpse right down the middle. It collapses into a bloody mess of arms, legs, and a head. But a moment later, the body parts have lifted from the ground to surround you, clawing, biting, kicking, and shoving. What the hell? Let's fight. You are now battling a flying mess. Full power, dude. Hell yeah. The corpse floats back, torso coming up to protect the head. You raise your sword swiftly, wasting effort as your elbow falls short. Let's do another. Yeah. You continue the hideous fight. You aim a blow for its head as the living corpse floats away across the street. Floats away across, but it just attacked me. What do you mean? You drop back, raising your sword to protect your body. The living corpse hovers forward in a sudden flurry of hair and dead skin. You fall over yourself, trying to escape its reach. Nice. Time to Time to best this hideous monstrosity. You chop at its legs. The living corpse, mid-lunge, hovers away from your blade. We're not going to win that one. We might have won that one. You circle away from the living corpse. It lunges, legs flying up either side to squash your skull. Its fingers curl and claw as they reach for you, but you hang back. And another one. Ooh, that was a good one. You settle the rising bile in your stomach and ready your blade. You swing hard. The corpse is wide open as it kicks into you. You cut a chunk of dead flesh clean away. The corpse wobbles in midair, arms crashing into legs. You have confused it. And again. Nice. Excuse me. You push forwards. You slice for its heart. Then your blade lands into the creature's brain. The head falls to the floor and the other limbs go limp in an instant. All right, let's leave. Let's get the hell out of here, man. The body parts on the ground squirm and slowly ooze back together. The corpse now looks once again as though it has been run over in a chariot race, but it is definitely lying still, for now at least. Search the body. Expecting another immediate attack, you go over to search the body, but it is clothed in rags and has barely any pockets, let alone anything inside them. Well, let's just leave. Enough of this. You back gratefully away from a nearby doorway. A face appears and beckons you over. Let's go over there. You stride over to the hut. The face is that of a small gnome who begins to chatter in a high-pitched voice. You killed it. Did you kill it? I think you killed it. I killed it. It's wonderful, the gnome says. We're saved. It'll be a good few months until it wakes up again. Until it wakes up again? What the fuck do you mean, dude? We'll cart it somewhere else. Here, we wanted you to thank you. He reaches behind him for something. Wait to see what he does. Why would I draw my sword? You wait, and the gnome produces a small bag containing 5 gold pieces. Hell yeah, dude. I'm sure it's not much to a man like you, he apologizes, but it's from all of us. Peering through the window of the tiny hut, you make out 20 or so faces. Damn. Thank you, you reply, and nod your head. What was that creature? You ask. They say it used to be the second noble of Kare, the gnome whispers, but he angered the first, so he was cursed to live in Kare forever. Now he's like a bad gold piece, keeps showing up. He gets dumped into different parts of the city. I think we'll take him to the Sven quarter next. It's their turn. There's a chuckle of agreement from inside the house. Ask about the north gate. Now maybe you can help me. Which way do I go for the north gate, you ask? North? The gnome replies with a perfect straight face, but you'll find it locked. Been locked for years. There's a spell, 4 lines, but only the nobles know. The gnome is starting to look awkward. Where can I find the nobles? You ask the gnome. The others, you mean? They should be in the council, but people say they've all gone missing. He taps the side of his nose. They say the first noble been in council for 2 months now on his own. The gnome's nose twitches. I'm going, he says quickly. Here's one more gift. There is more kerfuffle, and then he brings out 3 pebbles. You're a sorcerer, he whispers, and these are good for taking pot shots at, so I hear. And he winks. You thank him and place the gift carefully into your pack. Then you continue away up the street. Found one new clue. Okay. All right, then. You continue along the road. On one side, the buildings are replaced by meager patches of field, roughly fenced and housing small, skinny cattle. It is quiet with no one about. This part of the city port is barely habited and certainly not somewhere the nobles would be found. But you may be able to learn some useful information from inhabitants all the same. You pass by a large structure with its doors open wide. The smell of incense floats out from within. Look at the building. You stop and peer inside, but make out nothing but darkness. It seems to be a wide, unlit space. The low sound of chanting floats out onto the street. A woman's voice. We're gonna walk on. We should just get the hell there as soon as we as soon as we can. The building is of no interest to you. The main road continues up a small rise between small fields. Since no one can leave the walls of Kare, the citizens do their farming inside the walls as best they can. From the field to your right, you hear a groan. To your left, a narrow path finds a way. Look for the noise. Half a dozen fat pigs are grubbing in the muck to the right. Just beyond them, a group of creatures huddle around a fire pit from which there drifts a mouth-watering smell. Look at the creatures. Creatures you can't place, half one thing and half another. But from the way the strange creatures at the fire pit sit and talk, it seems they do not see their own differences. One sees you, however, beckoning with a large clawed hand. Sure, I'll approach him. You clamber over the fence and stride towards the creatures. Within a few paces, the smell of the cooking meat reaches your nostrils, and you see a large pig turning on a spit above the fire. The creature who waved to you has watched you approach. He grins hooked teeth and cocks his head at you in a greeting. Perhaps using magic might give you an advantage. Well, I'm going to greet the creature. Greetings, you called. That smells good. It is, the creature agrees. We picked the best one to bite into. He waves at you to sit down. Then you understand. Then you understand his generosity. They are poachers. I'll sit with them. Why am I going to attack them now? You took a place in the circle around the fire. The creatures shuffle and shift to make room for you. Eat some of my own food. Ask him about Kare. I'm new to Kare, you tell the gathered poachers. What can you tell me about the city? The creatures look between each other, entertained by your question. They suck their teeth and hum and purr. Kare is a big place, one finally answers, full of people pushing each other up for power. He pulls a leg from the pig, making the meat tear and stretch to demonstrate. You want to avoid all of them, if you can. Ask them about the North Gate. I won't be staying here for long. I'm headed for the North Gate. You tell them. Can you help me find my way? The lead poacher looks at you with interest. You're going out into the backlands? Why go there? Uh, my business is my own. You reply, unwilling to trust even these ruffians. The lead poacher nods, taking no offense in accepting your answer. The North Gate is a hard thing to open, he says. I have never heard of anyone doing it. To spell lines. He nods seriously. Who could I ask about the lines? You ask. Lorag the scholar, one says. You should track him down. The others nod in agreement. He's a miserable cur, he adds, but he knows everything there is to know. Was a noble once himself, you know. Where does Lorag live? You continue. The poachers confer amongst themselves in a curt tongue you do not recognize. Then they seem to agree. Over the river, the leader says, they say he has a house just on the edge of the red quarter. But if you go that way, then he makes a curious sucking noise through his teeth. You had better keep your eyes open, or rather closed. From across the field, a woman begins to sing. The poachers smile and clap each other on the back. Sorcery is coming. You talk to her. Who is Sorcery? Sorcery is our treasure, the man says. Sorcery is how we know what we should do. You'll see. It's like Siri. But now, by now, the woman has reached the group. She greets the men with a kiss on either cheek. You notice she is carrying something carefully in her cloak. The man beside you beckons her to sit down beside him. This is our visitor. Greetings, Sorcery says. What can I help you with? I need to open the north gate. She smiles. Tricky, very tricky. As she speaks, she squats down onto her heels and places the cloth on the ground. Unwrapping it slowly, she reveals an orb of crystal. Huh. You are a fortune teller? Cersei sees all. One of the poachers calls out. For instance, which fields will be left untended, says another with a hearty laugh. I'll hear my fortune. I'll hear my fortune, you declare. The men cheer and you kneel down on the mud across from her. She holds out a palm. Cross my palm with silver, she says. Okay. I don't have silver, but I have gold. You withdraw a gold piece from your purse and place it in her palm. Perhaps this will do, you say? She shakes her head and laughs. Silver is silver and gold is gold. I am sorry, but magic is magic. But magic is as magic is. Yeah, you have a point. Uh, I have nothing silver. Circe smiles but shrugs. Picking up her orb, she moves over to one of the other men who hands her what looks like a silver tooth and then sits down to hear his fortune. She places her palms on the crystal and begins to hum. This is a magic you have not seen before. Wait and watch. A minute passes and then Circe's eyes flick open. I see a long journey, she says to the man, to a distant land. I see danger and excitement. Keep watching. You keep your eyes fixed on her closed eyelids as she talks, trying to catch the reflection of any stars. I see more. You must watch for a dagger and a fish. I see a road paved with white stone leading to a place of great sadness, a blind man who will stab you in the back. She lifts her palm from the glass and smiles. Someone get her some pork to eat. Uh, okay. Offer to read her fortune. Let me try reading your fortune, you declare, into the quiet that follows her reading. You tell everyone else's. You must be curious about your own. Circe stops eating to stare at you. There is a murmur of excitement from the group. This is a most unusual challenge. You, she demands, and what do you know of it, fortune telling? I'm a sorcerer. She raises a thin, dark eyebrow in cool surprise. Are you? You hold out a hand from the crystal orb, not taking her eyes off you, she puts it into your hand. Then she sits defiantly down in front of you. Well then, tell me what you see for poor old Circe, she declares, her eyes flashing with the challenge. You take a moment to collect your thoughts. The orb is pleasingly heavy in your palm. All right. Do we have any spells that can see someone's fortune? Made up, makes creature hot, wall, creates invisible wall, not zap, not hot, not fuff, not wall, not law, not dumb, not not big, not walk. The spell requires a gold coin which is placed on the caster's wrist. When the spell is cast, it will transform into an invisible metal no, not that one. Wait, what is dop? Oh, that's big. Dop. The spell is locked door. Okay, Raz. Sus. Cast when the caster suspects a trap and it will indicate telepathically to the caster. Danger. Okay. No, not that one. Where's gum? Jig. Well, we can't use any of those anyway. Doc. Requires a medicinal potion. While this spell is active, heal any creature who drinks them. The potions may be used by the... Okay, it's not that one. Reducing movements. Oh, not that one. Not dud. Mag. Texas caster from most magic. It is quickly. Nope, not that one. This spell must be cast on small pebbles, which will then explode and thrown. These explosions produce great force as well as loud bang. Fall. Damn, a good defensive spell. This can. It's not fall or dim. Closed room with no one. Nope, not that one. Not mud. Not niff. Tell. Sky requires a skull cap. The caster must wear a cloth skull cap. The user may then read the mind of any intelligent creature nearby, learning its weaknesses, the contents of nearby rooms, and the other such details. It might be tell that I have to do. Gag, casting without wearing face mask. create a terrible fear within another mind. Brave creatures will suffer a cold sweat, while cowardly ones will be reduced to cowering jelly. Sap affects his foe, only useful in combat. Not that one. God. It's caster any creature. Jewel of Gold. Immediate liking to the caster and will offer aid and information. Ooh, that's a good one. Gold Blackbird must be pointed at a creature with the spell that has an exact replica of the enemy. No, not that one. Pep, Rock, Nip, Huff, Fix, Nap, Zen, Yaz. Kid. Bracelet board. Nope. Rap. Use a spell hair wig in conjunction with wig. The spell understand the language. Oh, nope, not that one. Not yap either. Orb of crystal. Ooh, I got it. In conjunction with an orb of crystal, the spell will enable its caster to see a little way into the future. The orb must be held in the hands, and very little control can be exercised on exactly what will be seen. So far, let's cast far. That took a while to get there, didn't it? Oh, that's the middle. Please tell me I can cast far. Thank God. Nice. Far. You cast the spell, placing your hands on the crystal orb. Your mind clears and a vision forms, but it is not of Circe and her future, but of your own. You see yourself in a low stone shrine somewhere here in the city of Kare. A man in a long white robe stands at your elbow. He is speaking. What is the answer to the question that has never been asked? You see your own mouth opening to reply. Keep listening. You concentrate as hard as you can, struggling to maintain the vision. Then, as it begins to slip, there is a other presence joins yours. Circe? Circe, you breathe. In your vision, you see the man in the white robe bow his head, defeated at the sword. The vision fades. Circe is watching you intently, wanting to hear her fortune. The crowd around lean eagerly in. I see your future, or your fortune, you begin. I see you telling great fortunes. I see you losing several friends, you say, and you see her smile slip a little. Is that all? She asks nervously. I see you giving me this orb. I see you divulging a secret. You continue. Circe looks stunned by your words. She clearly believes you a true psychic. A great and weighty decision seems to pass across her face. She looks to you for a moment to confirm it, then nods once more and turns to her friends. Please be quiet, all of you, she says quietly. The stranger's right, and I must make a confession. Wait and watch. You wait and watch. This is getting good, dude. Wait and watch. I'm not a fortune teller, Circe continues sadly. Oh, shit. She's not a fortune teller, but I am, dude. That's my secret. The poachers cannot believe their ears. One denies it. Another claims to have known all along. A third, who it seems lost a lot of money on a bet once, becomes quite enraged and is held back by two more. Within a few moments, the whole group are rolling around in the mud and engaged in the most almighty punch-up. Uh, slip away with the orb, break them up. I don't know. Slip away with the orb. In a commotion, it's easy for you to get away until one of the men shouts, "It's all his fault! Run for it! Get the hell out of there, dude!" You try to run, but a man the size of a horse, holy shit, dives for your legs, and moments later, you're down in the mud in the middle of the bruise up of your life. You crawl out from under a pile of 15 men to find the precious orb has shattered. Are you kidding me? To a million fragments, and several of those fragments have cut you in the leg and side. You limp back to the road. You have found 4 new clues, and another clue has been updated. Okay, well, I got enough clues. I'm not too badly hurt. I don't think the orb would have been that helpful to us, but would have been nice to have. Go to the narrow path or uphill. Let's go uphill. The road climbs between high fences and then into open fields. A little further on, you see another rock face as Kare climbs another level, but at, at top of this one is a line of grand houses with ornamental roofs and pillared colonnades. Never seen that word before in my life. Look at the buildings. This is where the richer creatures of Kare live. Looking down across the fields they own, you can imagine them sipping iron wine on their balconies and watching the toil of the farm workers through a spyglass. Sounds pretty dickish to me, but the more you look, the more you realize something is wrong. A tree grows from one roof, another has slipped sideways into the yard of the neighboring house. These places are falling into ruin. You knew Kare was poor, but this is worse than you'd heard. Go to the junction. The road carries on, rising very slightly through thin and meager fields. Scarecrows made from skeletons hang from posts on either side, their bones rattling in the breeze. There is no one about. With the hottest part of the day approaching, you reach crossroads of sorts. To the right of the main road, a track lined with colored flags leads along the line of the cliff. A short distance from the road is a small hut built from mud bricks. Smoke rises its chimney. Smoke rises from it chimney, and a thick, rich smell wafts from its door. Your stomach grumbles in response. Enter the small hut. The door of the small hut is a little ajar. A pleasant smell drifts out, but you hear nothing from inside. Knock. You knock firmly on the door. A voice calls back, "Enter, friend, but be careful as you open the door." Slip through the doorway. Holy shit, what is that? Please tell me that's a mask or something? You slip through the doorway as carefully as you can. Looking up, you notice a jar of some kind of liquid bounced precariously atop the door. The shop is a kitchen. There is a fire in the grate with a pot above it, which bubbles and smokes. On the wall hang herbs, vegetables, meats, and cooking equipment, but no matter how hard you look, you cannot seem to see the speaker. He's right there, dude. Look near the hearth. Looking again, you suddenly notice a strange-looking creature standing beside the pot. He has a human torso, but his head is nothing but a green-colored jelly. That is disturbing. He is hard to spot because of the vegetables hanging on the wall behind him, but you can tell he is the chef, as long, sinuous tentacles coming from his head are scooping with ladles, stirring with spoons, waving salt shakers, and brandishing a cleaver. "So, what do you want?" asked the creature. Talk to the creature. "Greetings, creature," you begin. "Look," the creature complains, its tentacles go back to stirring, chopping and mixing. "I don't have all day. What do you want?" "I'm trying to find the city nobles." "They aren't hiding in here," the creature replies. "Last I heard, they're hiding in their council chamber with their guard, afraid of winter or something." "I need to find a scholar. In particular, I need to find a scholar," you continue. The creature looks indifferent. "I serve farmers mostly, not scholars. If there's a scholar in Kare, he probably lives in the nicer part of town across the river." "Fine, can I buy some food at least, dude?" "All right," the creature replies, giving his cauldron a quick stir, but not taking his eyes off you. "It's 5 gold pieces, and it's bristle beast kidneys." Ew, that sounds gross. "Hope that's all right with you." "Yeah, sure, why not?" You pay him the money, and he hands you a bowl of stew. It doesn't taste very nice, but you force a smile. The creature nods and offers you a drink to help wash it down. "Sure, I'll drink it." You drink it down. It is actually quite refreshing. With your meal finished, there is not much more to be done. Your hunger satisfied, you thank the cleaning creature and leave the hut. "Well, thanks for that. I wasn't totally useless." Take the main road. The rude. Is that a jack-o'-lantern? Looks like fucking I don't know what that looks like. You follow the road up a slight rise and then down into a hollow. At the very bottom is a solitary thatched hut with a curious wispy statue outside. In the distance, the road rises once more towards a large building with a domed roof. Examine the statue. The statue depicts a man of sorts with long and spiny limbs, sharp-edged and cruel. Its hands are pressed together before its body as though in prayer to one of Kare's many gods. Around its neck hangs a locket of what looks like solid gold. I could have used that earlier. Um, well, maybe not. I don't remember what spell it was, but examine the hut, make a move. Look at the locket. The locket certainly looks valuable, but to be sure, you'd have to look closer. Examine the hut. The hut behind was thrown up in a hurry. Its walls are patched with mud and clay, and the door is made from torn up fish crates, the planks still bearing the marks of the ships that brought them in. The statue suggests this could be a shrine, but you do not recognize the deity. Okay, what kind of spell could I cast? Dead humanoid, no. Zed. Oh, can I cast Zed? Necron. Oh, I don't need to cast that one yet. All right, which ones can I cast? Not a lot of them. Useful in combat. Nope. Dim. No, 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 not fall. Pop. I don't think pop's a good one to use. This spell protects its caster from most magic. It must be cast quickly and works by neutralizing the attacking spell. This spell is thus a powerful protective weapon. Let's try mag. If it's a shrine, there has to be and like something bad will happen. It has to be magic, right? You cast a spell and feel a protective aura settling across your shoulders. No magic will be able to affect you now, should there be any magic around. All right. Wait a second. What does this say? Yeah, approach the statue. You approach the statue curiously. Up close, it is even more ugly. The limbs are as thin as sticks, but as sharp as sword blades, and the face is elongated and skull-like. The only attractive thing about it is the gold locket that hangs around its neck. Up close, you can see it appears to be solid gold in the size of your fist. Take the damn locket. You reach up on tiptoes to take the gold locket from the tall statue. That's when you see the statue blink. Step back. You step back fast. Did you imagine that? Uh, can I just walk away? You walk past the statue, intending to head up the road, but as you pass close to its springs, hands as sharp as razors lash out for your neck, cutting a savage gash. It is no statue after all, but a mantis man. You dodge back across the street. It will be on you again in seconds. Fight that fucking dude. Look at that thing. That thing is weird looking. Get him. Yeah. Get him again. Ah. Oh, shit. That's not good. All right, defend. I am gonna die. Not if he dies first. All right. Fuck, we might die. We might actually die. Can only afford. I'm not gonna risk that. Damn, I died. All right, let's try that again. Man, that's the first time I've died in combat. Actually, this one was a small one, right? Well, that didn't fucking help. Oh yeah, that was great. All right, now defend. Damn, he hurts a lot. Now go again. I don't think it's wise to do that. Yeah, that would have been bad. It was still bad, but go again. Yeah, dude. Fuck that mantis guy. You prepared your sword, you chop with your sword, then blade lands deep. Then your blade lands deep. You cut again, twist, and the mantis man collapses into the dirt. And we got a gold locket, dude. With the mantis man defeated, the streets fall quiet once more. Search the body. With the danger past, you go over to the creature and search it quickly. The only thing of interest is the locket you saw around its neck, which turns out to be a sun jewel. You pocket it, time to get away from this place. Alright, before we do that, let's eat something real quick. Yeah, and I don't have any more rations. Well, that's alright. We'll buy some more, hopefully. Along the road, wonder what that locket was. The road leaves the I wonder how we're going to be able to use it. The road leaves the fields, heading back between buildings once more. To the left, a short track leads away, and you hear the distant sound of chanting. Look down the track. You, a squat building at the end of the track sits in a path of neatly tilled field. Of a neatly tilled field. You make out a few figures in bright orange robes working outside. Let's go to the domed building. I don't really fancy going towards those chanting people. Sorry, just taking a little drink real quick. The road leads directly into one side of a large domed building. It is some kind of sprawling covered market. Looking left and right, you see several other roads entering the building through different archways. A group of serpent heads are just passing. Serpent heads? You stop one. Greetings, you begin. What is this place? The serpent head looks back at you unimpressed. It's the artist's quarter. They have to have a roof over them or their paints run and they complain. Nothing worse than a complaining artist, remarks the second creature. Thank you. Sounds worthless. Thank you. You're welcome, replies the first serpent head, who appears to speak quite normally. But I'll give you a tip. Don't pose for any pictures. You'll regret it. With that, the serpent heads march away inside the building. Intriguing sounds drift from inside. All right, going to the market then. I need to buy stuff anyway. The market is a maze of alleys. Every inch of space is being used for trade, with shops, stalls, and piles of goods set on crates and barrels. Excuse me. Hawkers below about their wares, each trying to shout down the next. People in all manner of strange creatures mill about, quite lost, but very few seem to be actually buying anything. Let's go into the crowd, man. You lose yourself browsing the stands. Most sell carpets, but some also offer incense burners, lanterns, and pottery. You can't see any blacksmiths or food stalls, however. Well, that sucks. That's fucking useless to me. You move on through the market, elbowing your way between shoppers and hawkers to stand below the enormous glass dome. Through the hubbub of passers-by, you spot the exit across the hall. Noise rolls like thunder around the roof of the market. Well, let's go to the far end, see if there's any food over here. You walk to the furthest end of the market. On your left, a man grabs your sleeve. You want to buy carpet? He says, finest carpet this side of the backlands, made from real moths. Look at the carpets, why not? Behind the man is a towering stack, 30 or 40 carpets high. Each one is gray and so dusty that they make you want to sneeze. A fight has broken out in the corner of the market. It is quickly settled by a score of passers-by. All right, well, the carpet shop. I don't need anything from the damn carpet shop. You return to the middle of the market, below the dome. Looking to one side, you spot a small artist studio. You sign above, said, find yourself in here. The artist sits outside. You have a feeling there's something strange about him, but you cannot work out immediately what it is. Let's go talk to the artist. We're looking for clues, aren't we? The artist sits with several examples of his work on the floor scattered around him, but you quickly spot something uncanny as you get close. Despite the fine brushwork in his pictures, this man no hands. It's just funny. Every once in a while, there'd be a little spelling error or a little typo or whatever, and it's just funny sometimes how they show up. This man no hands. Greetings. The artist nods in return. Would you like to buy a painting? They are all originals, I assure you. Sure they are. It does not seem possible. How does he hold the brush? What happened to your no hands, man? What happened to your hands? You ask bluntly. You notice the artist's smile slip ever so slightly. Someone did not like the picture I drew of them, he replies. I think he saw a little too much truth in the image. Yeah, sucks that some people can't handle the truth. The artist beams at you and adjusts his sitting position. So how do you do it? The artist smiles. Ah, but to know my secret, you must step inside my hut. There is a painting I am working on. Even as we speak, he points with his chin. Please. Ah, sure, I'll step inside. You push back the drapes and enter the hut. That's pretty cool. That's sick. I love the art style in this game, dude. The walls of the hut are covered in sketches and the floor is spattered with paint and ink. In the center of the room is an easel, and working furiously behind it is a floating brush, seemingly guided by an invisible hand. He's magic. Watch the brush. The brush moves with hypnotic speed, darting in and out of the different paints and pots on the floor, and then whipping across the canvas. Whatever is being depicted, it seems the brush would like to finish as quickly as possible. Wait for the brush to finish. You wait to see what the finished image will look like. The paintbrush works at furious speed until the painting is completed. It is not a bad likeness, but then the image on the canvas begins to move. Wait. You watch transfixed as a painted duplicate of yourself clambers from the frame to stand on the ground. That is terrifying. From outside, you hear the artist commanding the painting to grab you. Whoa, dude, whoa! The duplicate lumbers forward. Fuck that. Let's go, dude. You got 7 stamina too? I will fuck you up, dude. You are but an imitation, a cheap imitation of me, and you will die here today unless I keep making stupid mistakes like that. This is it right here. Hiya! Oh, I hope this one doesn't get me. Oh, thank God. This is it right here. All the marbles. Yeah! You will not let it land a blow. You sweep your sword into its fabric, tearing. I just realized I didn't read all of these. You leap forward. Hold on. Suddenly you are. Hold on. The painting advances toward an fixed expression on his face. You raise your sword and strike hard. The painting falls back into a crouch. Thankfully, I can attack these with the sword. Suddenly, you are on the retreat. It rushes forward with a deep, heavy slash. Your own stroke is badly overpowered. You fall into a fabric of the hut, almost bringing it down on top of you. You drop into a crouch. The painting darts forward with its sword. You feel your breath, coming quickly. Now the painting is dropping into a crouch. You leap forward, strike, wielding your sword like a brush. You swing your sword fast in toward its chest. It stays low and defensive, protecting its threads as best it can. The painting staggers and drifts sideways. You lift your guard. The painting lunges forward. You escape mostly uninjured. The painting is lifting its guard. You turn the tables on the painting. You lunge forward with a deep, heavy slash. It keeps itself in a crouch, fabric curled up defensively around its middle. The painting begins to buckle and twist, its outlines blurring and uneven. Your opponent is swing back for a blow. Your opponent is swing back for a blow. You you lower your defensively. The painting swings with all its force. You are almost without strength, worn down by your double. You will not let it land a blow. You sweep your sword into a fabric, tearing and cutting. Into its fabric, tearing and cutting. Your blade cuts through the fabric of the picture, and suddenly its fibers unravel and part. The painting moves forward, tearing itself in two. The pieces collapse to the floor, the magic broken. The hut is suddenly very still. Search the room. Where did that fucking artist go? Bastard tried to rob me with magic. After such an attack, you feel no qualms about ransacking this place, and you make quite fine. You make quite a find. In the corner is a stack of pencil sketches labeled Shinva, 5th Noble, Theta, 7th Noble, and Sansis, 1st Noble. It is a set of likeness of the nobles of Kare. You roll them up and put them in your pack. You slip out of the hut once more. The artist tries to stop you with his foot. You buy. You buy, he asks. Dude, you just tried to rob me. I'm not buying shit from you, dog. Your painter just tried to kill me, you declare indignantly. The artist shrugs. My art is only what it sees, he answers. I am not responsible for your heart. Now buy or leave, and he gestures away with his nose. I ain't buying shit from you, dog. I have taken my reward already, you retort, indicating the stack of sketches. The artist shrugs, apparently not too concerned. Those nobles won't be worth much soon anyhow, he replies. What do you know of the nobles, you fuck? What do you know of the nobles, you ask quickly. He smiles. Vic for first noble. The artist nods. He salutes you by spitting at your feet. Mind how you go. Ah, yeah, well, fuck you too, dude. I don't know who the hell Vic is, but I'm sure he won't be a noble anytime soon as long as I'm around. Jackass. Alright, let's get the hell out of here. At least we got some clues. The market seems to be endless. You are quite sure you have seen the same 12 creatures walking round and round in circles now. Well, that's their problem, because I'm getting the fuck out of here. You turn around intending to leave the market when you realize that you have lost sight of the entrance in the crush of people and creatures. You wander for a few minutes from one carpet seller to the next, but you are quickly utterly lost. Uh, cast a spell. Why not? Why not? I forget which ones I can cast. I think, do I have an H? Yes, I do. Nice. Oh, I don't have enough stamina. Damn it, I didn't think about that. I don't have any rations either. Son of a bitch. Wander more. You decide to browse. That painting actually fucked me up. You decide to browse the market some more. Perhaps you will find the way out again later. The market stall smells of soot and spice. Back down the market. Dude, I was right there, dude. You return to the lower end of the market. The air grows thick with the scent of perfumes, incense, and flowers, and then a darker smell, soot. Smoke is coming from a firemaster's stall, outside of which several ornate fires of different colors and shapes are burning. Go to the firemaster. I wonder if he has any food. The firemaster's face is a patchwork of scars and scabs, and he smiles a ghastly smile. Hello there, he groans. I hope you're interested in fires. White, green, blue, and black fires burn side by side in a row, like flowers in a window box. They are quite beautiful and almost hypnotic in the way they move. What are they for? Different things, he replies. Maybe for relaxing, maybe for making the ladies fall in love with you. Some is for cooking. Others are warm, but I don't sell so many for those. My favorite, though, is inside. He glances meaningfully at the hut door. Show me this fire. He gestures you inside. Be my guest. All right, let's go. Let's go see this fire. In the center of the firemaster's hut, a fierce fire is blazing away, threatening to engulf the entire room. But the flame is giving off remarkably little heat. You are not even breaking a sweat standing this close to it. I'm not gonna go closer to the fucking fire. I feel like I'm alright right here. You stay back expecting the conflagration to erupt into sweltering heat at any moment, but it does not. It burns steadily and oh my gosh, unchangingly, as if requiring no fuel at all. It is definitely a magical flame. Take a closer look. You take a few steps closer. From here, you notice that in the very heart of the fire, there's a wooden chest. Can I cast a spell for this? How, Doc? No, I can't cast a spell because I don't have any fucking stamina. All right. Um, Look at the chest. The chest is closed. You cannot see what is inside, but it is clearly not burning despite being made of wood. I can't cast a spell. Well, I would have reached for the chest. You step outside and nod to the fire master. Very impressive. The fire master nods and smiles, clearly hoping you will buy one of his lesser wares. Buy a small flame. Ask him about the north gate. Tell me something, you say. I need to pass through the north gate of the city. Can you help? The fire master shrugs. Not many who do, none as I have ever heard of. I need to find the nobles. I need to find the nobles, you tell him. Maybe I can convince them to let me through. The nobles, the man sighs. The nobles are all but disbanded. There's no council anymore, just an empty building and some guards. Uh, what happened to them? No one knows how it started. There's those that say one of them tried to kill Sansis, the first noble. Others, that's probably Vic. Others say he just thought as they were trying. But now, wait, others say he just thought as they were trying. Oh, I see. I see what he's saying. But now, they've all gone underground, hidden, or gone underground in some cases. One was blinded and is living as a beggar now. Those that recognize him treat him most cruelly, and I'm told. Was he the dude we met when we got in here? Or when we started this journey in Kare before we entered the wall? Or I guess after we entered the wall, but before we got past the guard. Is there no other way to find the spell lines? Probably, he says. Kare is full of gods. Ask the god of malice. He has a priest near here. Ask the other one, the fat one, the god of whatever he's god of. You've as much chance of getting something from them powers that be as you would getting a noble to talk. Seeing as most nobles have had their tongues cut out already. Gosh damn. I guess these people really don't like nobles. And at least gods stay in one place. Then he folds his arms. Now, are you buying a fire or aren't you? Sure, I'll buy a small flame. How much for a small flame? 8 gold pieces. I only have 9, dude. 8 gold pieces, the man says. From the looks of you, I'd say you want a flame that burns on pure danger. He pulls a little box from a bag by his feet. It'll light when you open it and catch on anything dangerous nearby. If danger there be, if it can, it will burn whatever's a threatening you clean away. All right, sure, I'll buy it. Sometimes I make irresponsible financial decisions. That's all right. You hand over 8 gold pieces, and Fire Master puts the box into your hand. Remember, he warns you, it will not burn hot or bright or long. I will remember, you reply. Move away into the market. You nod and stride back into the crowd of the market. You have found 2 new clues. I'm finding a lot of clues. That's good. Okay, let me get a drink real quick. Passing creatures jostle and elbow you. Ay, ay, ay. I didn't realize a game that had me read this much out loud would make my mouth so dry. You move back to the center of the market. The sun has sunk lower outside. Light now streams in through the doorway to the streets beyond the market. Leave the market. Finally, you were right there the last time. I don't know why the hell you didn't just go through there, but whatever. You push through the thronging creatures until finally you see a patch of sunlight, a way out. But as you slip outside, you realize that somewhere in the crush by the door, someone has relieved you of all your remaining gold. Well, joke's on them. I only had one fucking piece. Good thing I bought that damn flame. Emerging, blinking into the sunshine, you find yourself near a tall statue beyond which is a wider plaza. At the foot of the statue is a drinking fountain. Oh, thank God. You drink a deep draught of cool, crisp water and feel quite refreshed. Got 3 stamina back. Hell yeah! Who would have known when I started this journey? I was fine this whole way. I kept over 10 stamina. I had like 12 pieces of gold. Actually, I think I had 16 when I started this. Who would have known a gosh damn shopping center would have made me lose all my stamina and all my gold? What the hell? That's crazy, dude. Just goes to show you, money's evil. I'm just kidding. I don't know. All right, get out of that gosh damn plaza. This is a paved clearing, perhaps intended for visitors to market to tie up their horses, but if any have, then it would seem their horses have been stolen. All around the slum houses rise tall, squats piled on squats, emanating a thick and terrible smell. There are not many creatures about. The main road continues between the slums, heading up a low rise, and a side alley leads left. You are feeling very, very weak. Pray for strength. We haven't prayed in a while. You stop, close your eyes, and lift a prayer to the lion and feel much refreshed for it. I was just thinking about doing a prayer. We haven't prayed in a, we haven't prayed. We haven't prayed in a while. Excuse me. To the left, a narrow road leads deep into a slum district, but its lanes are slung with decoration and ragged bunting. Suddenly, out of an almost invisible narrow alleyway, a figure no higher than your knee dashes out and collides with you, sending you sprawling. They cry out an apology as they hare away down the street. Check myself over. You picked yourself up and checked yourself over. You seem to be in one piece. All right, cool. Look right. The main road turns to the right here and continues up the rise towards a run of slightly grander buildings. Ivy and gripweed hang from bent metal railings. The whole place seems empty, deserted, and dark. Make a move. Time to move on further into the city. The slum districts of Lower Kare are unlikely places to find nobles, but you might be able to learn their names or where they are hiding. I already know their names, don't I? Take the main road. I don't want to go into the slums. You make your way along the cliff top road. I mean, I've already gotten mugged in different parts of the city. I don't want to go in the slums. I feel like I'm gonna get even more mugged or fucking killed. You make your way along the top road between grand houses that must belong to well-to-do types. You pass a tall, thin man in a long robe, some kind of monk. He bows to you as you pass. Greetings. You begin. The monk beams at you and holds out his palm. What's up? What's up, Crumple? How you doing, man? Hope you're doing well. Take his hand. Oh, hell yeah, dude. Got more stamina. You reach out and take hold of his hands. With burning bright eyes, he stares at you. You must find the crown, he murmurs, for the sake of all Kakabad. Oh, dude, he's on my side. Hell yeah. I knew monks were always good. Then, quite suddenly, he releases you and straightens up, folding his hands away into his robe. You can't help noticing, but you feel strangely refreshed. Thank you. You bow your head and offer thanks. The monk bows in return, but says nothing further. Then he turns away and walks away. Dude, that monk was the fucking man, dude. Along the cliff. I'm glad I went this way. You continue up the main road, which climbs gently towards the center of Kare. The road passes through the ruin of a grand building in what must have once been a glorious morning room. An ornamental pond is all that remains. Moss grows from the cracks in its tiled sides. Go over and look at it. What? Is that a fish? I see fish. Me want eat. No, I'm just kidding. You walk over to the pond. Despite its great age, it seems well tended, and the water is surprisingly clear. A small scarlet fish darts out from behind a stone as you watch. Bubbles rise from its mouth, and as they break, you hear the breath of words. Oh, me no eat this fish smart. Something else glints from the bottom of the pool. Look deeper into the pond, and closer to hear the words. Lean kneeling beside the pond, you put your ear close to the water. The little scarlet fish swims up and spits a drop of water at your cheek. If fishes could laugh, you would swear this fish was chuckling. Again, it mouths bubbles with a sound like blah blah blah. But what does it mean? But what does it mean? Look deeper into the pond. Your eyes, sorry, your eyes trace the second gleam. Not a fish this time, but a gold piece. Someone must have thrown it into the water for luck. Um, take the gold piece. You dip your hand into the pool to grab the coin. The fish leaps out of the water to come after you, but it is not fast enough. You pocket the gold. Time to go. Ah, shit, I feel like I shouldn't have done that. The main road continues onwards along the edge of the ridge, and you hear the sound of a crowd in the distance. A narrower lane heads uphill to your left. All right, let's turn uphill. No. Hmm. Should we turn uphill? There's no bridge. Oh, there's a bridge there, but is there a bridge up here? Yeah. Hmm. We have to make it there, don't we? If we go to the cliff, yeah, let's go to the cliff. Because if we go here, we could go up this way, hopefully, go all the way to this bridge and somehow get that bridge to work. Go to that path and somehow get that bridge to work. You follow the road down a gentle slope. On the right, a cliff edge drops away with a view of the fields of Lower Kare. Evening has drawn in while you were in the market, and now the fields burn with scattered campfires. After a while, you reach a fork. The road ahead is lined with colored flags. In the elbow of the fork is a grand, well-kept building. Steam pumps from its roof. A creature emerges looking refreshed and flushed. It is a bathhouse. Dude, hell yeah. Let's go to the bathhouse, man. Hopefully we don't get fucking robbed in here. I don't have any money, so it might as well not even have gone, but maybe we can work something out. You step in the cool of the bathhouse. It is a wide building of marbled tiles and a sweet smell of pine and fresh wood. Gentle noises echo and murmur around the walls. A creature by the front desk greets you with a smile. Good afternoon, sir. It purrs. The water is cool and fresh today. A swim costs 4 gold pieces. I don't have that. Is it worth it, you ask? Oh, very, the creature replies with a beaming smile. The waters of Kare are known for their healing and refreshing qualities. We have a steam room and a lagoon pool you'll be well catered for. I'm sorry, I don't have the money. 4 gold pieces more than you have. You shake your head to the creature behind the desk. I don't think it's for me. The creature returns to picking the dirt from its fingernails. You step outside onto the street. Well, you know what I do have? I have brimbleberry juice. Yeah, that's what I'm fucking talking about. All right, let's go uphill. The road twists and turns up the rise until you emerge onto a wider road on the edge of dense slum. From inside down a street to the left, you can hear the very faint sound of singing. A smell of rotting fish fills the air. You you must be close to the docks. Head for the docks. Hopefully we can get this bridge to come down, dude. You emerge from a narrow, winding alley into an open space on the far side. The Jabberjee River slides past, its surface strewn with flotsam and jetsam dredged up from fallen parts of the city. The sails of the boats at anchor billow and snap in the breeze. You have reached the docks, the beating heart of Kare. Look around. There are 2 or 3 ships moored for the night, and the space between them and the road is filled with a huge number of stalls and little shops, selling everything from fishing tackle to selling blocks to barrels of woodloos, rum. This must be a thriving marketplace during the day. With night approaching, it is a maze of booths and cloth. A single bridge crosses the river here, operated with ropes to let the tall ships through. Right now, the bridge is up to allow ships to sail through. Find somewhere to sleep. There are 2 inns visible from here: the Wayfarer's Rest and the Meat and Cleaver. There is nothing obviously different about either of them. Well, I don't have any money. I wonder if I could sell something. Gold piece? Well, just 1 gold piece. Hmm. I have a lot of items now. Damn, I have a lot of clues too. I feel like we're doing fairly well. Let's go to the Meat and Cleaver. See how much they're charging. The Meat and Cleaver is a small, grimy place that looks like it's been converted from a wood store. Rats run across the floor, and the customers at the tables look haggard and tired, as if just smelling the air is draining them. By the bar, a stooped and hunched innkeeper wipes his beer mugs with a filthy handkerchief. Sit at the table. You go over to the table with a space. Excuse me. May I sit? You say to the current occupants. The man waves a hand and shifts to one side. The name's Jira, he says. I'm a musician. You're a traveler? He smiles. How have you enjoyed your day in Kare? I looked for nobles but found none. I'm not surprised, Jira replies. You do better trying to find a shred of decency in Sansa's heart would then find the nobles he's been running out of town. The others laugh, but one of the women shakes her head, saying softly, he's not run any out of town. If they were out, he wouldn't be able to control them. He's crippled them all instead. Jira introduces his friend with a gesture. This is Almira. She's a dancer, but don't let that fool you. She's a thoughtful soul, if ever there was one. Almira nods her head. I'm sure a lot of dancers are thoughtful souls, alright, dude? I don't know what the fuck you meant by that. Um, Greetings. Almira smiles once, then turns back to her food. Jira crunches on a battered skunk bear toe. That's disgusting. So, he says, are you staying here tonight? I'm not sure yet. How much do they charge? You're right not to be sure. I don't know many who would risk the beds at the heated Reaver or whatever this place is called. You don't even know what the name of the place is, dude. Um, the owner makes good rat bone fritters. That is also disgusting, but he's a few giblets short of a casserole. If you can, that means I'm saying he's a fucking idiot. That's what I'm saying. That's what the guy's saying to me right now. Where should I stay? The other inn isn't bad, though I hear that Vic tends to scoop up the drunks. He nods meaningfully. Then I won't drink? A very good idea, my friend. Jira tries to lighten the tone, raising a toast with his mug. Um, I need to find a blind beggar. You say once, or you need you say, one of the nobles. Jira looks blank. One of the nobles. Jira looks blank. You might find such a man somewhere in Kare, but might find 100 such. I hope you know what your beggar looks like, because otherwise, how would you know you had the right one? Jira sighs. It's late. We should be going. Almira nods and takes his hand. Arm in arm, they bid you farewell, and you leave the inn. You have found 1 clue. Okay. Go over to the bar. You march over to the bar. The innkeeper stands up as straight as he can to greet you. Greet the innkeeper. Greetings, my good man. The innkeeper nods to you. Welcome to the meat and cleaver, he says. What can I get for you? Ask him about trade. The man peers at you. Trade? This is a docks and I sell beer. Trade is the same as it's always been, he shrugs. I know the city is supposed to be going to the dogs and falling apart, but I don't believe it. People are always saying that. But they're still in here most nights drinking their beer. So you're in denial. I see. It's okay. A lot of people are in denial, I guess. Um, how is the city falling apart? You ask. Well, you've heard, he says, despite the fact you are clearly telling him you have not heard. What with the council being in session What with the council being in session for 3 straight weeks and the rumors about you know who doing you know what? Who? Who? Vic? Who? Vic. Though I don't think he'll do it, not even if he can take the council by force. Ask about Vic. Who the fuck is Vic? The innkeeper looks suddenly quite afraid. You're a friend of his, are you? I should have guessed. Listen here, I'll vote for him. Vic for first noble. With that, he shuts up. Dude, I don't know who the hell Vic is, man. He sounds like an asshole to me. I'm not buying L. I just said I'm not drinking. You head back from the bar to the middle of the room. All right, well, leave this in. This wasn't. I got one clue out of the whole ordeal. This place is too disgusting. You're okay. You walk back to the docks. You still need to find somewhere to stay the night. Sleep in the market. Sit by the river. Let's try Wayfarer's Rest. You make your way inside the Wayfarer's Rest. It is a lively and bustling place. Look at all those people and or creatures. The innkeeper behind the bar is trying to serve numerous creatures, all demanding ale at the same time, while around the table salty types and buxom wenches are laughing together and singing shanties. You take a seat between a swarthy sailor with an eye patch and a swarthy woman who also wears an eye patch. Greet the company. You greet the sailor and the woman. Yoy, nay, salty dog. The man remarks, what you say, Eka? I don't know what you saying, my guy. I don't speak fucking drunk pirate. The woman, Eka, laughs a deep, throaty laugh. Oh, the woman's name is Eka. Not salty, but stray, she brays. Tell them about myself. I'm from Analand, you tell them. You're loiking. Hold on. You're loiking the sign on that it? The seller asks. No. I don't know what she said. You reply, I'm just passing through. Huh? He nods, then drinks a gulp of beer and rubs his stomach as though it pains him. I got that too. Listen, the sailor murmurs. Do you play soin door? I don't know what the hell this guy's saying. Dorsoin? I can't pay you. I do, you reply, but not tonight. I need to rest. The sailor shrugs. Oh, well, as you like. You get to your feet. Don't go far, murmurs the woman with the eye patch smiling. An angry dwarf in one corner suddenly leaps to his feet, shouting, Enough talking, then. Let's show the council what we think of them now. Are you trying to pick a fight? Is that what you're trying to do, Mr. Dwarf? You make your way over the group of dwarves in the corner. You are still arguing loudly about. They are still arguing. Who are still arguing loudly about something. Greetings, may I join you? The dwarves look up at you with craned necks and deep frowns. And who are you? I'm a traveler. They just said let's show them what they think of. Let us show them what we think of them. I'm not going to say I'm from the fucking council. That sounds like a bad idea. I'm a traveler, you reply. I'm new to the city. The dwarf nods. Then you're welcome. He slaps the bench beside him. Sit down. I'll tell you why we should burn the council building down tonight. See, but it was a good idea until I was from the council. Sit down. You take a seat. As I was saying, the dwarf continues, the council are ruining the city, and it's time we took the fight to 'em. Who's with me? I don't know, Sacksmith. Another replies more sheepishly. After all, things aren't that bad around here. Sacksmith turns to you. And what do you say? I don't know, dude. I just know I was sent here from the council. I'm not going to tell you that, but I was sent here from the council to go find the damn crown so this place may be able to get brought up from the gutters. So, I don't know. Kare seems to be a fine city. The city is run by villains. I'm going to stir the pot a little bit. Exactly, Samzeth agrees. The council are thieves. Us honest dwarves have no way to protect ourselves. Well, the sheepish dwarf says, what would you do? A light gleams in the dwarf's eye. I know where the council is, Sacksmith says. My father helped dig it, see? Ah, dig. You heard me, Sacksmith replies. I'll take you on one condition. When we, when we get there, you help me split the first noble's skull. It's time Sansa lost his crown, and he laughs. I don't know what accent I'm doing right now. uh, it's a deal. Let's fucking do it. It's a deal, you reply coolly. Maybe you can get the spell lines before the skull is really split open. Yeah, hopefully. Then let's go, Sacksmith declares, knocking back his beer and jumping to his feet. It doesn't sound like these guys are gonna listen to anything anyone from the council has to say. So let's just play along. Sacksmith marches away down the dock and you hurry after him. He will lead you to the council and perhaps the city nobles themselves. They may even be persuaded to open the way for you if they learn the importance of your mission. Uh, how do you plan to attack? The tower is built on several levels, the dwarf replies, whispering in case the empty streets should overhear. I suggest we start at the top and make our way down. Um, how will we reach the top? You ask, puzzled. He frowns at you. That part will be the easy part, he replies. I'll walk in like anyone else. So where's the council? You ask. You don't know? The dwarf replies. Genuinely surprised. You're new in town then. Didn't I tell you I was new already? Quite new. Excuse me. Excellent, the dwarf replies. An unprovoked attack by by a stranger from out of the city that can't be traced back to us. Meeting you has been most fortunate. You climb. So you're gonna make me attack and put all the blame on me. This is what it sounded like to me. You climb a small rise below you. The lights of the city port are going dark. But where is the council building? The council tower is the tallest building in Kare, but also the best hidden, he replies cryptically. I know where it is because I am a dwarf. Okay. Dwarfs do know a lot in mythology, I guess. I'm going away from where I wanted to be, but let's try this. Here, the dwarf declares, stopping outside what appears to be an ordinary house. Wait here, I will go in first. With that, he disappears through the door. Look over the house. The house into which the dwarf has gone is just that surely. The windows are thick bottle glass, and the door is tarred wood, studded with rivets and painted black. Um, the roof, only a single story up, is overgrown with weeds. Other identical dwellings stand either side. Still nothing. The building in front of you does not seem like any council chamber. It looks more like the home of a baker or seamstress. Perhaps this is a trap. Look through the window. You peer in through one of the windows, but the glass is so thick and heavy heavily streaked on the inside with candle grease that you cannot make out. Try the door. Ignoring the dwarf's instructions, you try the door. It is unlocked. You are in a wide room. Chairs line the walls, but there is no other furniture. If this is someone's house, then it has been meticulously robbed. But if not, you cannot see what function it does serve, but it cannot be abandoned. A fire in the hearth blazes out heat. There's no sign of Sacksmith anywhere, but there are also no other doors. I'm starting to get a fishy feeling about this. Look at the fire. You go over to the fire to warm your hands. It seems normal enough and is hot enough to roast a pig. A voice booms out of nowhere. Please, it says, be seated. Sit down. You choose a seat close to the fire and sit down. Something strange happens the moment you take your weight off your feet. It is as though the far wall no longer exists. In its place is a long hallway lined with cloth banners and torches on brass poles. Two guards stand halfway down the hallway, and between them you see Sacksmith deep in conversation. Watch. You hang back and watch the scene. I'm sorry, the first guard is saying. The council is in session and cannot be disturbed. In session, squeals Sacksmith. Everyone knows the council has run away from the city. Census has killed them all off. The guard smiles tightly in reply. The dwarf looks enraged. He is turning purple. Go over and help him. You stand and go to help the dwarf. Let's fucking do it. I'm afraid the council is in session, the guard repeats louder. Then I need to see them. I need to see this council. You declare firmly. No one sees the council when they are in session, the guard replies. See what Sacksmith does. You hang back to see what Sacksmith will do. You want to know why business with the council. You want to know my business with the council, the furious dwarf growls? Then I'll show you. Shall I? He pulls out a tiny dagger and begins to make poking, stabbing motions at the closest guard. Attack the other guard. Frick yeah, dude. We're getting into it now. I'm gonna do 6. 6.1. Okay, not bad at all. The guard raises his halberd. He's looking furious. You feel the weight of your sword, then bring it round to slice deeply across his chest. The council guard responds with a tough blow, balancing strength and impact, but he has misjudged your strength, and you knock him back. You catch him deep in the side. His tunic reddens. You see his arm grow tense. He is readying for a strong attack. Watch that halberd, grimaces Sacksmith. Another blow. Flawless fighting. Dude, that was sick. Hell yeah. That guard didn't stand a chance. Relentlessly, you cut and thrust, keeping the guard pinned. You rush forward with a deep, heavy slash. It is enough to finish him. The guard collapses backwards against the stone floor of the chamber. At the same time, you hear a second scream. The other fight has ended as well. Hell yeah, dude. That's the first flawless fight I've had. I'm fucking dope. Sorry. Took another drink real quick. Sacksmith has landed one last blow, and the second guard is on the flagstones. You and your comrade clean your blades. Sacksmith goes over. This is exhilarating. Sacksmith goes over to one corner to relieve himself, then returns, ready to continue. Opening the door, he gestures for you to go first. Let's do this, Sacksmith. Sacksmith's my dog now. He's my homie. This is the main council chamber of Kare, a wide room with a domed roof supported by tall pillars, ornately carved with monsters, serpents, and instruments of torture. In the center, 12 throne-like seats are arranged in a circle, with one on a raised dais, presumably the seat of the first noble. All are empty. A chalk circle has been drawn inside the ring of thrones. At last, the dwarf declares proof. He strides forward. Proof! He strides forward, clearly intending to seat himself on the first noble's throne. Hang back. You hang back, watching to see what happens. He approaches the center of the room where the chalk circle is marked. Then perhaps you blinked, or perhaps the dwarf ducked suddenly from sight. But where a moment ago he was standing, there is nothing there, and the room is quiet. I should have stopped him. My homie's gone. Examine the circle. You approach the chalk circle cautiously. It appears to be just what it seems, a circle inscribed on the stone floor of the room. The only remarkable thing about it is how perfect it is. It is a flawless curve. Walk around the chairs. You make a slow circle of the chairs, finding nothing unusual. It is an ordinary room, empty, quiet. The dwarf is gone. You notice the chairs all have names on their backs. Look at the names. The throne of the first noble has the name Sansis embossed in the gold leaf on its back. The names on the others are smaller and fashioned from plain iron. Maulus, Tiffin, Lorag, Shinva, Zirin, and Theta. Excuse me. It would seem that none of the chairs have been sat in for a very long time. Sit in the throne. You walk back to the first noble chair and lower yourself down, crossing your legs and surveying the room. Walk into the circle. You step towards the chalk circle. You feel nothing as you cross the boundary, but one moment you are in the council chamber, then your foot touches nothing inside and you are falling. Oh shit, where am I going? Oh shit, we're on the ground. Nice. You land with a splash in dark and filthy water. This is a tunnel filled with the worst stench you can imagine. Things splash and scurry through the darkness. You pass a heap of black cloth, a huddled creature. Investigate. You creep over the huddled rags, the shape of the man leant over, clutching his knees, but it does not seem to be moving. Touch it. It collapses at the slightest touch, and you breathe a sigh of relief. Just a piled up cloak discarded by some previous unfortunate who traveled this way. Hopefully it wasn't Sandsmith or whatever his name was. You sift through the heavy cloth. This was a fine cloak once before it was left to rot down here. Stitched on the back is a number 1 in a circle. Waterlogged, the cloak is too heavy to carry away, but it proves that others have come this way before. Walk on. The sewer turns a corner here with other tunnels blocked by filth-strewn wreckage. You steel yourself and dig through the foul filth in the wreckage, trying not to vomit from the stench. You come across a small glass bottle. Uncork it. Why not? You uncork it and take a sniff. Blimberry! You stash it in your pack. Fuck yeah, I got more Blimberry. How much Blimberry do I have now? That's the real treasure. Blimberry. I got 4 Blimberry again. You walk onward through the dark sewer when suddenly the tunnel opens into a low chamber. Go into the chamber. You stand ankle deep in filth in a square chamber. Icy droplets fall from the ceiling. The smell is terrible, but this is not just any sewer. In the corner of the room is a pile of rags. Someone or something lives down here. I don't want to mess with those rags. Let's look around the room. You look around the walls of the chamber. Aside from the pile of rags, there is nothing else here. No stash of food or weapons, and no sign of the inhabitant. Then you notice on the far wall some scratches in the stone, a mark of time, perhaps. A sudden rush of water floods the chamber, soaking you up to the waist. A moment later, it is washed away once more, but there might be more coming. Walk on. You walk onwards through the sewer. Shadowy shapes loom out of the darkness, then disappear as you move close. Onwards. You walk for what seems like an hour, maybe more. The tunnel tilts lower and lower. Perhaps you are going underneath the river. The sound of fast rushing water fills the tunnel. Fast rushing water fills the tunnel. Not dock. Not one of those. Dock. Locked doors. Walk. Foff. I feel like that's not going to do anything. I feel like the wall won't do anything. How Doc, Dawes, Dud. I don't think any of those are going to work. Mag, Pop, nah. Fall, Dim, Fog, Sap. Excuse me. The spell may only be cast upon the yellow sun jewel. Once cast, the jewel will glow either brilliantly to dazzle attacking creatures or just light enough to act as a torch. Okay, that's what that does. Zed. This is let's try Zed. Why not? See what it does. If it messes everything up, we could just go back. We got a lot more spells unlocked. I'm very happy about that. We can't pass Zed. What does Zip do? Causes teleportation. Oh, fuck yeah, dude. We need a green ring, though, so we can't do that. Alright, never mind. Keep walking. Keep walking. The sound of rush water grows louder. Round a corner. Through the tube. Suddenly you release it. The sound is not coming from close by the tunnel or through the walls. The sound is coming towards you. Somewhere a wall of water is approaching. An old dam must have given way, and river water is now flooding the tunnel. Pray for aid. You stop still and try to clear your mind to raise a prayer to the lion. You feel a great calm wash down over you, and a moment later it is the wave that is breaking across your body, knocking you flying like a rag doll. The water wrenches you from the floor and throws you into a swirling spiral. You can see nothing but murk and the filth. At least you think wryly you are getting a wash. Swim for it, I guess. You swim. You feel the calm of the lion in your mind. Whether you will be protected or not, you cannot tell, but at least you feel in control. Uh, I gotta swim against the current. That's dumb. Swim down to escape the flow. You turn and fin down towards the bottom of the sewer, hoping to escape the worst of the current. Near the ground, the water is slower, and you are thrown about less violently, but you are still running out of air. Your lungs are bursting for air. Swim up. You swim up towards the roof of the sewer, hoping to find an air pocket to refresh your breath, but you are out of luck. Son of a bitch. Your head hits the arched stone ceiling, which is fully submerged. Even the ducts running up are filled with water. There is no air to be had down here. Well, shit. Swim with the current. You push up to swim with the current, which tears you along the length of the sewer. The ground level is rising below. At some point, perhaps you will break the surface of the water, but it has not happened yet. You cannot last much longer. Swim with the current. You swim. Ah, shit. You swim with the current, moving at breakneck speed. The air in your lungs gives out. There's nothing you can do. Your mouth opens, and the filthy water of the Jabberjee River floods into your lungs. What is my fate? You have drowned in the sewers of under Kare. Your adventure is at an end. Well, that fucking sucks, dude. Let's try that again. Keep walking. Go there. Excuse me. Then shelter in an alcove. You dive into the alcove in the side of the tunnel as a great wave pounds into the tunnel, but it fills the sewer completely, and you are quickly pulled, damn it, from your hiding place as though by a thousand. I should have known better. How then, as submerged, the water wrenches you. Okay, swim for it. Swim against the current. Why not? Whipping you in a fatal bug in a thunderstorm. It is all you can do to work out which way is up and which way is down. You fight and struggle. Swim down to escape the current. Okay. Swim up. Swim up the duct. Lungs bursting, you reach a duct in the ceiling. I should have done that the first time. Once inside, it wrenches you upward with powerful force. The stonework either side is a blur, and you crash, scrape, and bang into the sides painfully. Then suddenly you are spat up into a wider, colder water lit from above by silvery light. You're outside. Fuck yeah, dude. Where am I outside? Oh, dude, hell yeah. Well, kind of hell yeah. You come up gasping for air, about a quarter of the way across the river that flows through the middle of Kare. All around you is pitch darkness. You struggle and flail for a moment to get your head above water, and then turn about to swim for the far bank. Of course, all your water damageable possessions have been ruined, including that's good. Swim forward. You swim along the surface of the river, keeping your mouth clear on the filth as best you can, and aiming for the distant lights of the far bank. There is a figure moving there, a night watchman of some kind. Keep swimming. You keep on swimming, carving your way quickly across, keen to be out of the Jabberjee as soon as possible. Uh, Suddenly, a voice rings out across the river. There's someone in the water. A man's voice calls out. One of the slaves is escaping. Well, that's not good. One by one, more lanterns appear, lighting up like stars as they emerge from around the sides of buildings and down the narrow alleys to the waterfront. Dive under. You dive quickly under the water. For a moment, you are alone, isolated in the brown water. Then something hisses past your face. An arrow. At least it wasn't a snake. That would have freaked me the hell out. They're firing into the water. Swim forwards. You keep swimming forwards, but no more arrows strike. Perhaps they have lost track of you in the water. Since you are not swimming back, they might have expected, but forwards. Since you are not swimming back as they might have expected. Why would I swim back? Whatever. I don't know. You move slowly and silently, coming up for air when you need to, but breathing only softly and gently. After several minutes of this, you arrive at the far bank. Check that it's safe. You wait, shivering in the freezing cold water of the river, but the men and their lanterns are a little further along the bank. You should be safe to climb out here. You haul yourself up and pant gratefully in the dark. Thank God we're out of that damn river. You look around the darkness. The far bank is less populated than the near bank. There are no inns, no market stalls, just a single path disappearing off into the darkness between large stone buildings. You are too tired from your swimming to walk on. You crawl under a bush and make a camp. All right, at least we slept a little bit. That's good. Give me 1 second. I'm gonna get something to drink real quick. All right. Sorry about that, dudes. I had to drink some water, and I had to use the restroom, and I had to pour myself an old pint of Guinness. All right, what are we doing? Time to get some rest. You close your eyes and are quickly asleep. You dream. Your dreams are cluttered and crazy. Red-eyed beings loom at you. Face after face laughs as you, excuse me, ask about the spells. 4, says one. There are 11 spells. 13, 49. River water fills your mouth and makes you choke. Excuse me. But the water is, excuse me, thriving with fishes, each of which wants to tell you its life story. And somewhere beneath your feet you hear a man cackling with laughter, and the crown is on his head, beyond your reach. All right, let's go, dude. All right, let's go. That next morning, I'm glad we're on the other side of the bridge. Dawn comes and you are woken by shimmering light across the surface of the Jabberjee River. But the idyllic morning is quickly broken as the first of the boats begin to sail down the river, the sailors cursing and singing filthy songs that echo between the buildings on either side. You have almost become accustomed to the terrible smell here. You follow the road away from the river towards a fork in the road. If there are any nobles still in the city port, their houses are most likely to be on this side of the river. But which way? Well, let's go to the fork in the road first. The early morning sun is beginning to wake the streets of Kare. A few creatures roam this way and that. In one corner, a spring bubbles with fresh water. I don't need a drink from it. Look around. Looking left, the road heads through into a residential area. Um, and a residence that seems well cared for. A short way off to the right is an open plaza. Move on. There's nothing for it. You will have to explore yourself. All right, turn left. Let's go towards the wall. You follow a narrow winding street past shops and stalls. It is still early and they are not yet open, but there are stirring from within the houses as the day's activities begin. A face appears at one window and seems to watch you pass. Although the creature's eyes are closed and you are not sure that it actually notices you. Uh, Wave to the creature. I thought that was fucking Jan for a second. I was like, we need to leave now. you you wave the creature, you wave to the creature, but it does not react. Its eyes are still closed. Another similar creature stands in a doorway across the street, washing themselves from a bucket. This one is thin and spindly with a long face, not exactly human and not an elven either, but something in between. Huh. Greet it. You try to greet the washing creature, but that's kind of weird. But it too has its eyes closed. At the end of the road, under a low arch, a group of youths are loitering, talking and kicking stones into the gutter. They notice you and begin to point and talk amongst themselves. Approach. A group of children doesn't scare you. Well, considering the last group, that was actually kind of scary. You continue down the street towards them. They fan out a little until they fill the width of the narrow road. Above you, shutters are closing and people move away from the windows as though, despite their eyes, they have seen a fight coming. Greet the youth. You approach the group boldly. Good morning. You bow your head as you talk respectfully, despite the children being so young. They scoff in return. One of them steps forward. This is the streets of the Red Eyes, he says quietly, and we don't welcome YTTs around here. Would you like to see what we do to 'em? No, I would not. No, you reply, I can do without. The leader laughs. One of the other youths blinks. Once, and for a moment, you see his eyes flashing red balls of flame. Oh shit. I should think not, the leader whispers, but here's a taste, he says. The youth opens his eyes, and suddenly a streak of burning fire shoots from under his eyelids, scorching your side. You gasp in pain, and he laughs. Then the other creatures grab your arms from either side. Don't struggle, one whispers, or we'll look at you all over. Oh, that fucking sucks. Those are the red eyes. Hey, we're closer to the wall, though. What are they? Who are they? You are marched away through the alleyways to a building surrounded by a high wall. It is a prison. You are dragged across the yard and into an underground corridor. A cell door is opened, and you are thrown inside, landing squarely on top of another creature. Greet the creature. You pick yourself up to your feet and dust yourself down. Apologies, friend, you say to your cellmate. It is an elven, like those you met in the Shamatanti Hills, but he seems worn out and exhausted. The creature nods to you. Welcome to my little world, he replies. What is this place? Ah, it's good. Good soup. Um, what is this place, you ask? This is the jail of the Red Eyes, the elven says. There's one outside, and he points at the guard, whose face, with eyes closed, fills the tiny porthole. From the sound coming through the walls, this is one of several cells, all side by side. You hear snores, shouts, and screams coming through the stonework. Who are you? You ask. My name on the outside hardly seems to matter, the elven replies with a smile. My name in here is number 6, and that'll be your name too. He points a bony finger. It's written on the door. See? The cell is empty except for a bucket. Murmuring an apology, the elven uses it for what is it for? You're an elven? Why are you here? You know, the elven replies with a sigh of some passion. I ask myself that every night since I was arrested months ago, and I still can't figure it out. I didn't do anything to upset these people. My only idea is that the Red Eyes aren't happy unless you've got someone locked away. He smiles thinly. Maybe now you're here, they'll let me go. Uh, do you think so? No, he sighs, I don't. You're an elven, you say. Excuse me. I've met your kind before. Have the freedom of your village in the hills. He shrugs. If you go back, they'll try to rob you, he says. But that's not what they locked me up for. The smell from the bucket in the corner of the room is quite terrible. I can imagine. Excuse me. How can we escape? You ask. Escape, Alvin laughs. Is if there was a way to escape, do you think I would be here? And do you think I haven't tried? I'm an elven. We're not known for sitting still. And it's true, even as he talks to you, he's constantly fidgeting. Yeah, that makes sense. Uh, pray for aid. As you pray, you raise a prayer to the lion, and as you finish, there's a tiny click, the sound of a lock tumbler falling over. Hell yeah, dude! The elven's narrow eyes open wide as portholes. You wait until the guard outside has turned his back, then slide the door open. He will not be looking the other way for long. Run him through. You begin to draw your sword, but the sound of the blade in the sheath makes the guard react. He almost turns. You freeze immediately. The elven stiffens, his cool indifference shaken. This is your one chance, and he is afraid you will waste it. Draw my sword. You try your sword again. Ah, fuck. as slowly as possible, but this draws out the sound. The guard turns around, opening his eyes wide in surprise to find you standing behind him. The blast. Okay. You have been burned alive by a red eye. Well, let's try that again, I guess. You follow a narrow street. Walk on by. Ignore it. Take a side street to avoid. I'm sorry, Mr. Elvin Man, but I'm going to try to avoid this time. You see an opening to one side and nip down it. The youths immediately give chase. They are quick runners, and you will have to move fast to lose them. But these alleyways are tight, and you cannot see what is around each corner as you approach. Run for the first junction. You race forward, reaching what used to be a crossroads, but the way ahead is blocked by a collapsed building. The youths are right behind you. Turn right. You veer right, racing past the edge of another building, reaching a T-junction with roads left and right. The youth are hot on your tail. Go left. You swing left, breathing hard as you run for all you are worth. A block further on your reach. A block further on you reach a crossroads. In the alley straight ahead, someone has painted a circle in white paint on the ground. You hear a shout. The youths have fallen a little way behind, but they have not lost your trail. Keep running. You keep going into the alley with the painted circle. It fills the alley, and you step over its ledge. You are suddenly falling. Oh, shit. Oh, I'm back underground. Gosh damn it. You are floating slowly down through the air, turning over and over. You are in pitch blackness. You cannot see a thing. Then a spot of light appears. It grows wider and wider until finally you emerge to a fate that is nearly worse than death. In a sewer again. You have landed in a disgusting pile of unbelievable filth, slime, excrement, sludge, dung, and dregs. All the way up to your neck. You are evidently in the sewers of Kare. Get up. You start to struggle up to your feet when a splashing sound to your left draws your attention to a small opening in the wall right next to your ear. Something is coming. Duck to avoid it. You take a deep breath, swallow your pride, and duck down into the foul sludge. When you come up for air, the deluge has gone. You clean yourself off as best you can. Man, this sucks. I hate being in the sewer. You stand in a cavernous sewer tunnel filled knee-deep with slow-flowing, stench-filled water. It is pitch black. You could be standing on a mountaintop or inside a coffin, except that is for a single speck of light somewhere in the far distance. Make a move. Tunnels disappear off into the darkness. Let's go down towards the light. You make your way up the tunnel towards the distant light. It is slow progress as you creep through the dark, keen not to trip over into the muck. The distant light grows closer. Whatever it is moving quicker than you. Ice cold water drips from the ceiling and runs down your neck. Wait. You wait, and within a few moments the tunnel is filled with goblins. Ah, shit. There are not one or two, but a whole army led by a tall, stocky elder goblin, and chanting a weird guttural song. They pause a short distance away from you. The leader steps forward. You should not be here, the goblin declares. This is the domain of the Mad King and of us. Take me to the king, you demand. The goblin laughs. Certainly. We will drag your corpse to his feet. He gestures behind him, and one of his warriors steps up, grinning and drawing a long, hooked blade. Okay, what spells can I cast? Can I cast Zed? Doesn't look like it. Alright then. Let's see what... it's not going to be of any use. Sap. Effects of the spell, which is only useful in combat, is demoralize an opponent so that his will to win is lost. Nah, I feel like that's not gonna work very good. Dim. Can we cast dim? Let's try dim. Why not? Never mind. Not fall. Pop. Great mental concentration. The spell must be cast on small pebbles. Can we cast pop? Maybe? Yeah. Pop. You cast a spell over a pebble and fling it at the nearest goblin. It evaporates in a cloud of smoke. The goblin leader laughs. He gestures another of his minions to face you. Cast another spell, dude. I have some stamina. Can I cast pop again? Let's try it again. You weave the spell over another pebble and hurl at the approaching creature. It explodes in a burst of acrid flame. The goblin leader frowns. He is starting to get angry. He motions one more of the goblins into battle. Let's cast pop again, dude. Let's just keep popping these fools, dude. Why not? I have another pebble. You cast a spell over a pebble and throw it at the attacking goblin. It detonates in a puffball of ashes. The first sign of genuine fear are showing goblin on the goblin leader's face. He instructs one more of the soldiers to draw its sword. Do we have any more items? Fire of danger. It contains a fire that will consume pure danger when lit. Whoops. Let's see if we can cast a different one. Yeah, we can't cast pop again. The spell protects. Okay. Dud, Dawes. Spell may be cast upon any creature reducing its movement. No. No. 6, maybe. On body increase multiple images of the caster all capable of casting spells and attacking. Each will perform identical actions. Okay, let's try 6. Oops. Never mind. Dot, no. Walk, no. Big, no. Dumb, law, no. Foff. Can we do hot or zap? Maybe? Excuse me. Ooh, there's a H. Can we do it? Yeah, dude. Create a fireball. Let's do it. You cast a spell creating a fireball that you lob at the creature. It evaporates in a cloud of smoke. I just evaporated all those fucking goblins. Enough, the goblin leader cries. You waste my time and my soldiers. Go in peace. And with that, he waves his army on. They march off into the tunnel. That's right. You better not mess with me, dude. I'll evaporate all of you. You fucks. What's going on, dude? Welcome to the stream. ECQ. Let them go. There are so many goblins that it takes several minutes for them all to pass by. Clearly, they could have had your neck if they had so chosen. You have been lucky. At the rear are two goblin generals. How many more soldiers does the Mad King want? The first asks the second as they pass your position. Thousands, the second replies and spits, but he'll get what he gets. That he will, the first agrees, testing his blade on his thumb. The two walk on, still talking in muttering voices. Make a move. The goblins are tramping away up the sewer. You have found one clue. Hell yeah, dude. Fuck those goblins. Why would I follow the goblins? Dude. My god. Alright then. You trail along behind the goblins like a shadow. The backlands tribes are ready. The first goblin general hisses. The second goblin makes a chittering noise, something close to a laugh, ready to run through the city like a river molten still at word from the king. A few words the first goblin replies, but I have learnt a few myself. Ear, one hisses, stopping suddenly and cooking an ear and cocking an ear. What was that? Freeze. You freeze. The goblins keep walking away out of earshot, not stopping. They do not look around, but continue talking in low voices. Catch up. You hurry to catch up with the goblins. A corner. The tunnel turns a corner. Something glints from the side of the sewer. Look at it. You stop to look at it, losing sight of the goblins once more. It is a vial of potion. Sniff it. Oh, it's Blimberry. Fuck yeah. You uncork it and take a sniff. Blimberry. Quaff it. Oh, hell yeah. You unstopper the Blimberry potion and gulp down a mouthful. You feel a little better, and all traces of hunger are also gone. The goblins disappear around the corner of the sewer. Keep going. You're back in earshot of the goblins. You know one of the lines. One goblin is quizzing the other. The goblin spits in agreement. I overheard the Mad King whisper it to himself. His voice drops for a moment, and you only hear the second half of what he says. And Forga's pride. Just then, you see more lights up ahead. It seems the sewer is opening up into a wider space. Peering through, you see a huge chamber like an underground cathedral. Water pours in through narrow channels and openings high in the walls, and the several wooden ladders disappear upward. But your eyes are taken by the center of the room. It is filled with goblins like a ship's teeth. In the middle of them all, on an improvised throne, sits a man hunched low. He wears a metal circlet on his hand. Slip inside. This is probably a bad idea. You slip into the hall. It is warm with fetid breath of thousands of creatures who drink and laugh and clash swords down in the muck. On his throne, their king seems to be sleeping, or else they have killed him by accident. He is a man, not a goblin. How does he control this rabble? Wait and listen. You wait, transfixed by the strange scene. The king coughs suddenly. The effect is bizarre. At the noise, every goblin in the great chamber freezes and looks up. Look at the man. The man is thin, as if he has not eaten in months, and pale, as if he has been in the dark just as long. His hair is long and gray, and he slumps over the side of his throne as though desperately ill. His clothes are long soiled robes that perhaps were once quite fine. On his head he wears a gray circlet of a dull silver metal you cannot quite place. The king pushes it on the arm of his chair, attempting to stand, then shivers and falls down. Silence, he whispers. The chamber is suddenly quiet. Look at the circlet. You shift your position in the darkness. You try and get a better view of the king's strange circlet. You cannot place the material. It does not seem to be iron or steel of a blade, but it is not precious either. Yet treats it the king treats it as gingerly as though it was made of glass. The king fingers the circlet on his head as if sacred it will slip. My creatures. Man, I cannot fucking read right now. My creatures, he whispers. The time is almost on us. As the night draws and we will rise up and open the gates, we will rub this filthy city clean. He has broken off into a fit of coughing. Look at the goblins. The goblin horde are all frozen to attention, even faced toward their king in a strange rapture. The long journey is nearly over, declares the king, raving with madness. The process I began when I blinded Lord Theta and left him a beggar. Oh, I think that was the guy we met at the beginning. Finally, the council will be destroyed and the city will be cleansed. At the mention of a lord, you remember how you came down into the first sewer system through the trap in the council chamber. They say Sanzis, the first noble, entered the chamber and never came out. Staring at the Goblin King, you cannot help wondering, is that Sanzis? Did he tire of his squabbling council and decide on a different way to control the city? Wait and listen. You keep waiting, wanting to see what comes next. A goblin close by your elbow murmurs, "How much longer do we have to listen to this?" His companion silences him and wait and listen. You stay hidden and wait. The king finally gets to his feet and raises a wizened arm into there. "I will open the gates for you tonight," he cries, "and we will make this city pure." The king raises a cheer, and the goblins as one cheer back, throwing their swords up in the air. 1,000 blades flash, and the confusion when they land is extreme, every goblin cowering for cover and then squabbling to retrieve their blade. You have found 2 new clues, and other clues have been updated. Creep to a ladder. Yeah, creep to a ladder. Why not? Signaling the shadows, you begin to creep around the perimeter of the hall, aiming for one of the long ladders that disappear up into the darkness. You get about halfway before the goblins nearby turn, pushing at each other, and you are forced to freeze. The king calls for silence, but the goblins do not hear him. They are still in a mess with their swords. Wait and listen. You stay hidden. The king calls again for silence, clutching his circlet with one hand. This time the goblins fall silent. You realize with a heavy heart that you have missed the best opportunity. You will get to escape the chamber by the ladder. Oh. Shit. Wait and listen. You stay hidden. The goblins carouse or celebrate. The room is becoming unbearable, hot and fetid. Time to go. Make a move. Go. Creep to the ladder. You creep further around the edge of the hall. The goblin celebration are turning into a fight. You will be caught in the middle of it if you can't get out of the way. Make a move. Ah, fuck. You make your way to it. Oh shit. You make your way to the hall. Around the goblins are attacking each other with picks and swords. One is throwing back and landing on top of you. Another brings on. Ah, it sucks. Let's rewind to here. The king calls for silence, but goblins do not hear him. Make a move. Continue. Go to the ladder. You realize with a heavy heart that you have missed a bet. No, dude. Make a move. No. No. Shit. Man. Whatever, dude. We'll just leave. Fuck it. Let's keep going back. We have part of the whatchamacallit. The spell. The way seems shorter. Yep. The sewer. The way seems continuing inevitable, but these goblins must have come from somewhere. I was meaning to go this way anyway. There is nothing else for it. You strike off along the sewer. It is impossible to pass in the world above. Perhaps the sun has gone down and the stars have come out, but down here, all right. Let's go. A junction. You reach a junction of 2 sewers. One way sealed by a grating. Let's go to the left. There are no ladders up from this stretch of sewer. You might have walked more than whole width of the city by now and be out under the backlands themselves. Or what if the sewer forms a great circle and you are simply walking round and around, slowly carving a deeper channel for the filth? No, I don't think I'm doing that. Oh shit, is this where the goblins were? What is that? Is that a goblin? You emerge into a small chamber where a knee-deep pool of sewage has collected. The liquid is bubbling, and you watch a shape rise as you watch a shape rises from the water. It is the smooth hide of a slime eater. Ew! It roars, gobbing slime and goo at you. Let's attack it. We haven't been in a proper fight in a while. Let's get it. Hell yeah, dude. Fuck that goblin thingy. Or that slime. Slime, whatever you are. Hell yeah. And then we defend. And then we go for it. And then we defend again. Aw, shit. Defend again. Aw, shit. And go for it. Hell yeah. And I don't think we should go for this one, but we're going to do it. Yeah, we did it. All right, we're going to defend. Thank God we defended. Hell yeah, dude. We beat him. Fuck yeah, dude. Standing firm, you swing a mighty blow at the slime eater. The slime eater roars up, exposing a soft area beneath its chin. You strike with your sword, and it sinks deep in bringing a fountain of thick green ooze, and then silence. Hell yeah, dude. The body of the slime eater sinks down in the mud. Past the slime eater's lair is another tunnel. Let's go. Let's get the hell out of here, dude. Further on, the sewer ends, and a walkway opens on the right. You step gratefully out of the filth and muck into a low tunnel. Hell yeah, dude. Is this a dead end? Rather than a dead end passageway, but there is a light here shining above. You look up to see a hole in the roof of the sewer, and even better, there's a rope with a bucket hanging from the gap. You have found a disused well. Climb the rope, dude. You start climbing immediately. The first few feet are wonderful. Filth runs clear from your legs, but the rest of the climb is long and makes for hard work. Please, I hope this rope doesn't break. Halfway up, you stop for a rest. You continue to climb. It takes maybe half an hour of inching your way up the rope, but eventually you reach the top. You are indeed climbing out through a well into the open air. You take a deep lungful, expecting crisp, fresh air. But what you get is stale and dusty. Where are you now? Huh. Oh shoot, we're on the other side. You have emerged from the sewers into a wide area of tall trees, short headstones surrounded by a tall iron work fence, overgrown with ivy and gripweed. You are in the necropolis of Kare. It is its city of the dead. The sun is beginning to set already behind the city wall. To the north, it seems in your wanderings you have crossed most of the length of the city. You must be close to the gate already. Hell yeah, dude. You walk for half an hour through thick trees along a narrowing track until you reach a fork in the road. To the left, the track gets narrower still. To the right, a massive shadow looms, so large it seems as though a colossus has seated itself on the wall in thought. A chill wind blows through you as though ghosts walked back and forth this way. Look at the shadowy shape. The shadow to the right has a jagged silhouette. It is a zigzag with perhaps 100 steps leading to its apex. The trees whisper, move. Looking left, you see distant flickered torchlight through the trees. The north gate, perhaps. Excuse me. Night is drawing in. You should get moving. Things whispered between the trees. The road to the gate. The ziggurat. Let's go to the ziggurat. You stand at the base of the towering ziggurat built from carved stone blocks, each the size of a hay bale. The temple rises higher than the city wall and positioned to catch the first star of evening at its uppermost point, a moment which has just passed. Look for an opening. You tilt your head back, looking for an opening, and finally make one out. A small black dot about a third of the way up. Excuse me. But even that is quite some climb. For the less devoted worshippers, a small gargoyle by the steps has an open mouth ready to accept offerings. Look at the gargoyle. The gargoyle is carved in the shape of a small but spiky dog with long claws, sharp horns, and a pointy beard. Its mouth is wide open and its tongue lolls out with a coin-shaped slot at the back of its throat. Drop in a gold piece. You slide a gold piece into the gargoyle's mouth. For a moment, nothing happens. Then it appears to swallow. And next, it opens its stone eyelids to reveal two crisp and beautiful eyes. Look into its eyes. Looking into the gargoyle's eyes, you fills you with a sense of calm and peace. The eyes close after a moment, but the sense of well-being remains. Or did you just imagine that the gargoyle moved? Climb up. You begin the climb, hauling yourself up the first step. Either the ziggurat was built for giants or ascending is an act of devotion. The next few steps are equally exhausting. You have to throw your pack up first and follow. All right. Can we cast big? Hopefully we'll be able to. Yeah, we can. Let's do it. You cast a spell swelling to 3 times your size. You are now able to run up the stairs, but the scale quickly changes. It seems the builders of the pyramid created an optical illusion, and the later steps are not as high as the lower ones. The change is so gradual that you hardly notice as the spell fades. You reach a halfway point, almost as high as the city wall beyond, and pause to rest. You are halfway up. Friezes of gargoyles and polished metals ring the temple on this level. Look at the view. You pause to take in the view from this side of the ziggurat. You can see nothing but the top of the wall and beyond the gleaming darkness of the marshes of the backlands. Walk around the north face. Move around the north face. You can see the path ahead, running straight between wild and overgrown trees. It seems very few people come this way anymore. The north gate itself is now visible, however, and appears deserted. Then you notice a point of light. A torch has been lit between the trees. Watch the torches. You watch the torches move through the trees towards the path. They are making slow progress, but they are moving towards the graveyard and presumably from there on into town. The wind claws at you, trying to pull you to earth. Climb higher. You continue the weary climb to the first level of the ziggurat by the opening. You climb for another 20 minutes up the steep stone steps until you are gasping for and panting for breath once more. But finally you reach the dark opening that you saw from the base of the temple. The steps themselves continue up a little further still to the very peak of the temple. Look to the opening. The opening is guarded by rock sculptured images of unimaginable creatures. Beyond, you see a long, dark hallway with something large and gleaming at the far end. Let's go to the top, man. You keep climbing before your legs seize up from the climb, all the way to the top of the ziggurat. Night has fallen, stars spread across the sky, and in the sky in a peaceful repose that belies their true nature. Wearing spirits tussling for control of the world below. Look at the stars. With your head tilted back, you can see more stars than you ever have seen in the city. Perhaps you are above the level of the lights and the smog and the dust, or perhaps More stars choose to cluster here around this sacred site. If you were a true mage and not a mere sorcerer, who knows what spells one could weave at a spot like this. Try to fashion a spell. You lean back and look up, trying to recognize the stars from the studies. What are the spells I can cast? What's that one that I had all the way in the back? Zed. Let's try it. Maybe not. Lure. You attempt to raise a spell that does not exist, and you suffer harsh consequences as the magic collapses around you. The icy wind chills you to the bone. Look at the view. You look out across the city in the far distance. You see torches in the woods. Lights of Kare coming on. Okay, go down. View is quite wondrous, but your journey reckons. You start the long climb back down the ziggurat once more. All right, before we do that, let's drink some more blimberry juice. Hell yeah, dude. Drink again. All right, we only have two now, so we need to ration those a bit. All right, let's go. Ah, we're back by the opening in the temple. The climb back down is easier going. Halfway down, you pause to rest. Climb back down. All right, go back to the fork. That was a little bit of a fruitless venture. Actually, it was a very fruitless venture. We didn't get shit from that. The mud underfoot is okay. Let's go to the road, to the gate. You walk between clawing trees and thick bushes. The north gate is finally in sight. You can see its imposing, ornately carved wooden doors over the top of the guard huts and low buildings that lie at the end of this road. You stride forward, footstep crunching loudly on the gravel below. In a few minutes you will have reached the edge of Kare, but between here and there is a long road lined by thick and gloomy trees, a patch of wild forest like you haven't seen since the hills. Go cautiously. You make your way way slowly forward, trying to ensure your feet do not crunch too loudly on the gravel. Something catches your eye. Movement in the shadows on both sides of the road. Torchlight. Keep going. Stop and look. You stop ducking in the shadows and watch. Whatever's moving in the darkness, there are a lot of them. Then a gleam of moonlight catches one, and you see it clearly. A wolf, clad in tight metal armor. No, a werewolf. Oh shit. It sniffs the air. It has caught your stink. The foul air of the sewers still clings to your clothes and hair. No matter, you have defeated werewolves before. Ready a spell. What kind of spell can I use on this werewolf? Let's try Dawes. Uh, should we try it? Nah, let's just fucking fight him. You have moved to draw. Hold on. You move to draw your sword from its sheath, ready to spill the werewolf's blood. But just as the last moment you freeze, one werewolf you could probably defeat with your blade, but suddenly there are more. 10, 20, 30. Holy shit. Werewolves pad down from the shadows onto the path, forming an arc in front of you. I mean no harm. You sheathe your sword, showing you mean no no challenge to them. The werewolves press a little closer, but they do not attack. Then a man steps out from the tree line. Who goes there? He demands. Friend or foe? Friend. The man does not respond. It is clear he is waiting for something, but for what? What proof do you require? A pulsing vein at the man's temple gives away his fear. Perhaps he has never killed before, but with a swift movement of his hand, he gestures to his dogs. They bound forward, two catching your wrists in slavering jaws, holding them tightly but firmly. One flick of my finger, he says, voice shaking, and you'll never lift so much as a fork again. Now give me a straight answer. Are you with us or against this? Against us? Um, I'm with you. Then tell me the passphrase, the man replies, before I'm forced to take the throat of a friend. What the fuck do you mean? Vic for Noble. The man sighs a huge sigh. Oh, thank God. Sigh of relief, and with a gesture, he commands his wolves to release your arms. It's a dangerous night to be going around without saying the passphrase, he scolds. There's plenty of us who'd have your throat without waiting. Ask him about the wolves. Ask him about tonight. What happens tonight? He looks at you in bafflement. Tonight is the night. Where have you been? Have you been hit on the head? You need to get yourself sober, friend. Nod. I definitely do, dude. I'm sorry. You're right, you admit. He laughs. You're going the wrong way, this man observes. The fight is this way. And he points along the road back to town. Fuck, I don't want to go back to town. Ah. I'm checking the rear. The man nods. A rear attack when we face the guards in front could be serious. Good idea. Fuck yeah, dude. Go well, friend, and I hope you find nothing. With that, he whistles to his wolves and sweeps away into the night. You breathe a heavy sigh of relief. You have found one new clue. Thank God, dude. That would have been bad. I just lied to those werewolves, though. You have reached the north gate. The ground before it is wide and clear and lit by blazing torches set into brackets either side of the enormous sealed doors. Should there be archers hiding in the shadows, they would have clear sight on you. Off to one side is a well, but there is no other cover. You don't know any of the spell lines, of course, but perhaps the gate will open to a dop spell after all. I fucking hope so. Let's try it. Excuse me. You stay in the shadows and try the dop spell. You do not expect it to work. The door is wizard locked after all, but it is worth a try while you still have time. You complete the magic and focus on the door, but nothing happens. Shit. Tumblers No tumblers turn, no hinges creak. There is not even the slightest hint of bending wood. It is as if the door cannot hear your magic. Oh, maybe I should get closer. Throwing caution to the wind, you step out in the shadows and approach the gate. Time to see how good your lockpicking skills are. You reach the other side of the window and stand vigilantly. Okay. Recite the spell. You knock firmly on the door. Why did I knock on the door? You call out, I am here to open this gate. There is no response. You begin to wonder if you have been tricked, if there is no gate here at all. This is simply an illusion, painted across a solid stone wall. Suddenly you are not alone. A phantom voice issues from the wood itself. Halt, stranger, it booms. Do you know the spell which controls the gate? I do. I do, you reply. Perhaps you can bluff your way through, not knowing any of the lines. Then await your command, the voice booms. From across the clearing you hear a scrabbling sound of metal on stone, but there is no time for that now. Pick for first noble. You stem back to see if the voice has gone silent. Wait. You wait impatiently to see if the voice booms out. Incorrect. This door is sealed. There is no time for another guess. From behind you comes the sound of feet and swords. You turn expecting to see the guard, but instead a horde of goblins has appeared as if from nowhere and is charging across the dust towards you. It seems the army from the sewers has finally come up to fight. Ah, it sucks. Dash into the shadows. There's no way you can fight 100 goblins, so you dash aside in the shadows. The goblins pour up the gate. Are they going to try and ram it? But then they stop, and in their midst a small figure is being propelled forward. It must be Sansis. He is surrounded by a guard of nearly 20 goblins. Hang back. You hang back watching as the figure nears the gate, leaning down the lock as he whispers something, but you cannot hear what he says. A moment later, the gate begins to move. It is opening. Stay back. You hang back, looking through. You make out figures in the darkness beyond the gate. Marsh goblins, thousands of them screaming and armed for war. They begin to race forwards, pouring through the gate, filling the clearing, and meeting their hill cousins in a loud and violent celebration. Sansa cries with glee. A new day for Kari begins. He cries, clambering onto the shoulders of a nearby goblin, as though about to make a speech. Quiet suddenly, the goblins that are carrying him let go. He cries out as he falls to the ground. A sword goes up, slashing down. There is a scream. They have murdered Sansis. What is going on here? The circlet from his head rolls to your feet. The goblins clashing sword on shield look towards the city with violent eyes. Take the circlet. From the way Sansis was clutching the circlet, you might have thought it was a thing of power, perhaps akin to the crown of kings itself. But it is nothing. Cheap, hammered iron. It still bears the groove from when it was once a goblin sword. You toss it into the dust. Hide in the shadows. You hang. More and more goblins are surging into the gate, and they are starting to organize. One, a leader of some kind, is hoisted up by others so he can address the crowd. Kare falls, he screams in his guttural voice, and every creature dies. Perhaps when their rampage has begun, you will be able to slip out through the gate and continue your mission so long as you are willing to let Kare burn. I don't give a fuck about Kare, man. I have been through so much shit in the city. I was better off in fucking Kakabad or wherever the hell I was before this. Watch and wait. There are too many coming through the gate at the moment. You hover in the shadows near the gate. Kare is ours, screams their leader, and with a clash of swords, the army begins to march down the road into the city. I'm not gonna follow them. What the hell? I'm not going back into that damn city. I do think it was kind of messed up that they killed that dude. The goblins did, but hey, man, whatever their business is, their business. I gotta go get this crown, get this whole place back to order. There's nothing you can do to prevent them. You stand in the clearing and watch as I wonder what happened to the dude I snuck into the place with was and I killed those two guards with was is I wonder if he's dead. I'm not sure. You stand in the clearing and watch the army pour. As the army pours away into the city, you hear their guttural songs echoing through the night. A few minutes later, you see flames where they have torched the trees. It will take them an hour perhaps to pass through the necropolis into the market in the Red Quarter. Leave the city by the gate. You turn to the open gate. Beyond lies the backlands and the rest of your journey. Kare will have to burn, but you will not fail to recover the crown. You stride for the gate, then a voice rings out. Stop, there is a better way. Look for the speaker. You look around but can see no one. But all around you something is happening. The marsh goblins entering the gate have slowed down, their warmongering becoming an absurd stately dance. The noise in the clearing dulls to a low rumble. I command you to stop, the voice cries, and suddenly you feel yourself held rigid. From the smoke of the torches by the gate, a figure emerges. It is an old man with a long beard and deep black irised eyes. He paces through the churning goblin army to stand in the open. His legs disappear into a spectral trail. He is at least part wraith. Step forward, he commands, and you find yourself bidden. I have a line 3 stars, the ghostly man declares. Vic rises tonight. The goblins show their hand tonight, but also you. You are here tonight. My name, the figure intones, is Lorak. I was once a scholar and a noble of this city. Later I founded it. You founded it later, you reply confused. Who is this crazed shade? I saw Kare was falling. Sansa had lost his mind and sided with the goblins. The council was in ruins. My own life was threatened. I saw that Kare needed to be saved. So I went back to remake it in a way that could be saved, and here we are now. You have been here 2 days. I have been here hundreds of years, waiting for you to bring me the spell for the gate. Don't you know the spell? I created it, Lorag replies, long ago. It has been passed down since then, changed, lost to me, split into 4 lines. I knew it would happen since I was given one of those lines myself, so I prepared someone to find it again for me. For this night, I prepared you. This is bullshit, dude. I just need to get the hell out of here. Explain. Explain, you reply, head in a whirl. What are the spell lines for? I thought they unlock the gate. The spell lines does not unlock the gate. Open the gate. His tone is heavy and dark, like tarred timber. The spell controls it, and there are deep magics burned into the woods itself, magics that have poisoned the city and burnt fire into the eyeballs of those who live nearby. He stares at you, his coal black eyes expressing no emotion. Deep magics I placed there to be used by you tonight. I am dead. You must act for me. How can I find this magic, you ask? I traveled the city and learnt nothing, the wizard nods. The lines are known to 4 nobles. Lord Theda is blind and living in the wastelands of Upper Kare. Lord Shinva is dead, but not yet forgotten. In his mausoleum in the necropolis, Lord Molus was a follower of the god slaying, and in his shrine near the docks of Lower Kare, you may learn his line. As for my line, I give it to you freely. Tumblers too sealed deep inside. But there's no more time. But there's no more time. You insist it's too late. The goblins are already inside the walls. There is a magic, Lorag replies, that will give you the time you need. I cast it on myself once. Excuse me. I went far back to before the city was built. I found Kare, now you will save it. He waits to let his words sink in. If you will allow me, he says, I will bend the time itself that you may return to the city and find the spells for the gate. So shall you take the adventure, or will you leave Kare to burn? Understand also, he adds darkly, I will curse you and the journey to follow if you do not assist. Man, fuck you, dog. It took me so long to get here. You hesitate. And the people of this city don't give a shit about me, man. 5 of them tried to rob me. You hesitate. Kare is a city of traps, but also of secrets, and there is still more that you might find. Can you afford to let the city port burn? Man. Well, I'm gonna let this I'm gonna end this stream here, dudes. In the next stream, we'll figure out if I'm gonna let Kare burn or not. Um, let me know what you think I should do. Uh, I'm not quite sure what I should do. But yeah, I'm going to call that one there. I hope you enjoyed this. I will be streaming again tomorrow. If you did enjoy this and you want to see more videos of mine between then and now, I have a bunch of videos up on the channel, so go check those out if you would like. But yeah, I'm going to call that. Thank you for being here, for watching. And yeah, I will see you in the next one. I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day, night, whatever time it may be, wherever you are. And we'll see you in the next one. Stay up. Peace.